Take it slow, but it's not typical. He already knows that my love is fire. His heart was a stone, but then his hands wrong. I turned him to gold and it took him higher. But I'll be a daydream. I'll wear your favorite things. We could be beautiful. Get drunk on the good life. I'll take you to paradise. Say you'll never let me go. Deep in my bones, I can feel you. Take me back to a time only we knew how to wait. We could waste a night with an old film, smoke a little weed on the couch in the back room, how to wait. Say you'll never let me go. 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 Say you'll never let me go.
Hello, 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 beautiful people. How are you doing on this fine Thursday? Let me pull the chat up on my phone so I can see it. Nicole coming in with the funny comment, but it's also true. This is why Gypsy can't ice skate or do physical activities. Well, that involves sports. We know she likes to juggle balls. Hello, Hope Owens, Jeanette, and Batty. Silnat, hello. Life Rewinded, good to see ya. Jesse Cat earlier, Andy. Bunny Cha-Cha, where you at? Where you at, girl? Okay, so, where to begin with old Jip out here doing the most. Jip. Why, Gypsy? What are you doing? I've started to write things down now. Started to, like, yesterday. Because I'm trying to explain, because my ADHD brain has problems with making, like, connecting everything together, because it's just a spider web at this point. We have gone so far down the rabbit hole that we are now engulfed in cobwebs. And the webs, the webs. Christy Blanchard has a web. It's just so much. I predict that this family, this whole mess, they're going to be like the new Honey Boo Boo. The new Mama June is in town in Louisiana. She probably puts ketchup on her spaghetti. And that's the spaghetti sauce, is ketchup. Oh, Jip. So, we're going to talk about, the dramas, but we're also going to discuss how or why I, in my opinion, allegedly and for entertainment purposes, believe that Gypsy's not a victim of Munchausen by proxy. And I have all kinds of reasons why, but people say she was abused medically. And now, and that is the defense, it was a fraud, it was a con until they turned it into the Munchausen by proxy defense in the courtroom so they could get Gypsy a good deal to look like a victim and blah, 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 blah. We're going to discuss why that's bullshit and the proof, in my opinion, that proves that most of everything that was done to Gypsy was may have been medically necessary, because in her medical file, if you go to her interviews where she talks about, lists the things that were wrong with you. Even Christy Blanchard has said it, the entire family, they always list, oh, she said I had a seizure disorder, and listed in there every time is a chromosomal disorder. And this chromosome, you can look it up yourself. Let me get it because it's hard for me to remember it. Hold on. You can go to, hold on just a moment. You go to rarechromo.org, then microdeletion 1q21.1. And that is what is written in her file. And that explains a lot of things that were wrong with Gypsy Rose Blanchard, including the way, muscle weakness, the way that she walks, because to this day, Gypsy's gait, the way that she walks is weird. Like her legs, they ain't right. Like there's a little something, I don't know. I think they're just maybe a little weak because she doesn't have muscular dystrophy and she can walk fine, but you catch it. Don't tell me you don't. And her eyesight, even the look of her nose, is all traced back to this chromosomal disorder. She knocked me. One of them is like, yes. Look at when she walks in the interrogation thing. Hold on just a second.
I want a lawyer. Please, sir. Sir? I want a lawyer. Please, I need a lawyer.
Okay, have a seat.
Bitch, sit down. Be humble. Sit down.
How crazy is it to now look back on these clips after everything that's been happening now? Like looking back on them the first time that she came out, and I, went back and looked at the interrogation and everything. It was crazy. But now, like looking at Gyp over there with her blonde hair and her new teeth and a new little nose, letting her cleavage hang out with her necklace on that has a K. What's that about, Gypsy? I thought you weren't with Ken, but you got a K on your neck, girl. And matching tattoos. Oh my. When she walked the red carpet, I noticed her labor. Yes, she's got something to her legs. That's my opinion. Even in that Lifetime clip where she gets up and she's like, oh, I'm an old lady, and she's drinking her coffee and talking about her teeth. I'm just I've always worn bifocals. Yes, Gypsy, you've always worn bifocals because your eyes are messed up. And they were messed up when you were born. Gypsy had the failure to thrive thing going on, which could be why they gave her a G-tube, which I've heard you can do without even a surgical procedure. I don't know if that's true. Know nothing about a G tube, but on the outside it looks horrible, but it's really not a big deal. Apparently they do G tubes all the time. She'll never be able to fix that. Stop. Oh, Lord. Hello, LM Dragon. Hopefully I can stick around for a while today. Hope everyone's having a good day. Same to you. Hope everyone's having a good day. The K on her necklace is for killer. Oh, shit. That's a good one. Is that how she'll explain it away? It's so I can remember my past, even though I don't identify as a schmurderer. Hey, Vicky.
Hi, honey. I'm feeling it. He's eating a brownie. But later he will be eating me.
Oh, Gypsy. What the fuck? Oh my God. Of all the men I've loved. I keep thinking of that in my head. Because that's another thing that is going to be a running theme, if you will, are patterns, because the patterns in old Gyp and the shit that surrounds her, there is patterns. People, pay attention to the patterns. The men, okay, let's talk about Nick and Dan the man, and Nick, right? She was in love with Dan the man. She was going to run away to Alabama and have his freaking babies. She was going to run away with Dan. And she was seeing Nick at the same time, seeing online, seeing at the movie theater, blah, blah, blah. She had them both like dangling. And would probably, in my opinion, due to her own statements on the Lifetime series and maybe even the HBO one, where she says that no, it would be the Lifetime one, because she talks about how she would basically make Ryan jealous, like on purpose, like she would fuck with him. She would, oh God, there's got to be clips of it. She said she would do things to hurt him. Emotionally, mentally, things like that. Gypsy always embraced her inner whoredom. Oh, she did. Gypsy! Take a link, Gypsy. Where are you? Yes, like this. Don't ever forget. Never forget! You can change your nose, but you can't change your whoredom, ma'am. We see the pattern. Exposed, Gypsy Rose. During her interrogation, she said she knew 3 phone numbers by heart: her mom's, Nick's, and Dan's. Exactly. So I think she was, everyone has their Dan theory when it comes to the murder. My Dan theory is, and I'm not like dead set on it, but I don't think he had anything to do with that night of the murder or any of that. I think that Gypsy set Nick up to do what he was going to do, and he did and completed it. And I think that she planned on going with him to his home like they did, throw him under the bus by going on Facebook and making those posts so people would find her mother's body, those disgusting posts on Facebook. And the cops got there faster than she realized. She didn't know they were going to get there as quickly as they were. And I think she was going to get the hell out of that house, because Dan text messaged her during that time, because she says something about how she didn't get to read Dan's text. And I think that was the text that was like, come on, baby, I'm at the bus stop. I'm waiting for you down the whatever. Maybe he drove. I have a car. I'm at the 7-Eleven. Get the hell out of there and let's go. Forever, baby. Let's get out of town. Hey, Ash. Lanky Tor. I love you, Lanky. It said the $5,000 cash was from child support payments, huh? She was 23, right? I don't know. Did they say that that was child support money? Oh, you better sit on your hands. You do your homework, Ash. The experts? What experts? Wait, what do you mean? The evidence of Munchausen by proxy or the schmurder? I totally believe what happened with the schmurder. Nick did it. I mean, come on. Come on. I don't think she was dead in there for days or anything like that, or that she was tortured. I think that it went down the way it went down. It's pretty obvious. I'm talking about, I don't know what you're talking about, Ash. Which part do you disagree with? Okay, so let's, I guess, go into this chromosomal disorder. And then we'll talk a little, shit on all the drama going on with with Ryan and Ken. Because, Gypsy says, that all of this is a trigger for her. She's so triggered. Ryan is a food hoarder. He's a human furnace with a sweat rag that sweats in the freezing cold. It can be -2 outside, and Ryan will have that sweat rag in use, sweating with a red face. But, Gypsy said that the food hoarding was a reminder of her mother, because her mother was a food hoarder. Gypsy, you were too. So were you. And then the yelling. She had to go hide in the bathroom because when her mother yelled at her, she knew that she was going to hit her. And it triggered that she had to go hide in the bathroom, which is also all caught. It has been reported in TMZ, which we know Gypsy has TMZ on speed dial. TMZ has confirmed that all of this was captured on camera, the whole fallout, whatever that may be. I'm thinking it's them yelling and her going into the bathroom. If the food fight has been recorded, is going to be great. I cannot wait for the series. I'm not going to lie. I love when Gypsy shows herself. I love when she does her little. That's why she had to quit social media, because every time she would post, people were like, "Oh no, girl! Oh no!" I want to propose this question. I heard it on another channel, and they were like, "Are they toxic on purpose?" And I say yes. Yes, Gypsy is toxic on purpose. She's very calculated. The cameras catch it. Oh, okay. The cameras just so happen to catch all this fuck shit. I think everything is calculated and staged, but people don't know they're being set up. I think Ryan was set up. We've seen the other Ryan, the TikTok Ryan, get set up by Christy, the fucking fake PR person. I mean, everything is calculated. They use people to produce these things. Does that make sense? She needs to stay relevant until June. Yeah, I think that series is not going to go in her favor. She's probably like, hell yeah, I killed it, man. And everyone's going to see how horrible Ryan is and what a victim I am again. I'm a victim again. I just can't stop. Like everything everybody just wants to bring down Gypsy. And then she's, in reality, gallivanting around town with her ex-fiance, Ken, who's 10 times better looking, let's be real, than old Ryan. But this series, I bet she's like, I got it in the bag. I did so good. And people are going to see that and then understand why I needed to go back to Ken, because my heart just led me there. And I just wanted to spend more time with my parents. When in reality, anyone that's been following this shit, can you imagine the power struggle that is going on in that house right now with someone like Christy and Gypsy living under the same roof? Gypsy ain't gonna take your shit, Christy, and Christy ain't gonna take your shit, Gypsy. So that'll be interesting. Oh, man. I just picture old poor Ryan over there, in that scene from Lifetime, the sneak peek of the next, Love After, whatever it's called, Life After Lockup, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And Ryan, they're in Louisiana, and they go to the cemetery to visit Dee Dee. Gypsy just wanted to see, no, not Dee Dee, sorry, not Dee Dee. Dee Dee's mama, her grandma. So, she's all, sorry. She's like, hi, Grandma. I'm here, and I just hope you're up in heaven with Mama. I hope you're up in heaven with Mama. And Ryan's like rubbing her shoulder. It's okay, baby. It's okay. Oh my God. Okay, hold on a second. Let me do. Let's see if we can find that one. For shits and giggles purposes, let's see if we can find that clip of her at the cemetery. Oh gosh, what did you do, Gypsy? Poor Ryan. Now you got me feeling bad for fucking Ryan. He just wanted to help you ice skate. He just wanted to hold your hand through this world. He was going to be your everything. What happened? He was too hot. He was a human furnace. And he was hoarding leftover chicky nuggies, dino-shaped nuggies. I couldn't take it anymore. It was a trigger. And it made me think of my mom. Oh, what is this one? Oh, remember that time we went to New York, Gypsy, and I held your hand as we walked through Central Park, share our lives together.
Being out in the real world feels like I'm in a movie. It does. It feels like I've been dropped into a movie.
I bet it does. Look at her. Pose for the
Feels like I
frame.
leveled up from, the freedom that I had in prison to freedom in the real world. I'm actually starting to see so much that we were restricted from. And yeah.
Stop it. Now I gotta talk about this. You triggered me, Gypsy, to remember this. So, the hoarding, and he snored. That was another reason that she said she had to divorce her husband, is because he was a bad snorer, and she couldn't sleep. Am I cutting out? Because my fucking Wi-Fi. Is my audio good? Okay, well, as she was diagnosed with sleep apnea, jip, diagnosed sleep apnea, had to sleep with a CPAP machine on, which she talks about, and you can see it in she had a CPAP machine. And you're telling me that you had problems with listening to him snore? She was trained properly to give everyone a stellar performance. Yes, ma'am. Y'all let me know if my connection starts acting shitty. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi lately. So just let me know, please.
Why people are like, wow, she said she feels free in prison. She must have really had it bad. Now knowing what I know now, I get it.
Sorry, I got off course. The whole thing about being in prison. Okay, so you were in prison. In prison. And I would think that prison was not just like a walk in the park. I would figure you would come across a lot of things, especially with your sheltered lifestyle, Gypsy, that you have never encountered before, such as people wilding out, different sleep schedules, people snore, people have bad attitudes, people don't like you, the food is bad. I've never heard anything positive about prison food. And don't people have to hoard food in their cells sometimes, like ramen noodles? But you have to take it back to my mom. It triggered memories of my mother. Why did you marry someone that looks like her? Literally. She's probably sleeping like a baby compared. Yes. But she doesn't even say, oh, I was in prison and it really, it triggers bad memories from prison and my mom. No, it's just her mother because she uses no, let me take poor back. I'm sure Dee Dee Blanchard was a lot of things. But one thing she's not is here to tell her story. Nobody knew Dee Dee. From what a lot of people say, she was a very happy woman. Obviously her family hates her for whatever reasons. Too bad her mom's not here to tell that side. I don't know. Sorry, I got off on a tangent, but it's just, I think Gypsy absolutely uses the stuff with her mom as an excuse for everything pretty much. And come to find out, she had a chromosomal disorder, which we're going to talk about in a minute, that pretty much explains everything that they had to do medically to her. Now, did her mother say, get in that fucking wheelchair, Gypsy, and don't you get up, and the script, stick to it? Probably. More than likely. Yes. Yes. Do I think she feels bad for her mother's murder? Nope, not at all. And I can't say I blame her for not feeling bad. What? Oh, Ash, bless it. Bless it. Tell me what exactly her mother did to her besides making her sit in a wheelchair and play the part, which Gypsy willingly did. Gypsy stopped seeing doctors in 2011. The murder did not happen until 2000 and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Was it 16? 2016? That sounds about right. Nicole, come here. I give you a hug. Even if Dee Dee was the biggest piece of shit, she did not deserve to be brutally murdered. Again, Ash, I hope you're listening. Ash, do you know of the Turpin children? 2015, thank you. The Turpin children were horribly tortured and starved and chained to beds. And there were 12 of them. The Turpin 13, maybe 13, one being like 2, 1.5. And they would leave these children in the most horrific conditions with no food. Oh, yes, the Hart family, Lanky. Are you talking about the adopted kids? I was obsessed with that story. I still am. That's one reason I found Gray Hughes was through his Hart coverage. Those poor kids. Yes, 13 kids, and they were all horribly treated. There's many instances where people do not result to having someone calculating a plan to have them come and unalive their mother in the middle of the night. You don't have to murder your abuser. She could have easily walked out the door. She had done it a million times before. The Turpin children were chained up daily and could only bathe once a year. But the oldest, it wasn't the oldest. They're all on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, look up the Turpins. Jordan Turpin is the one who escaped through the window. I think she was 14. They still to this day have like a speech impediment because they didn't have any contact with the outside world besides being drugged to Las Vegas. That was weird. The parents were weird. The parents are locked up for life. Thank you, Tina. I'm glad you're here. The fact is we weren't there for the time that her mom, hold on. We weren't there for the time with her mom, but fact is we're seeing all the behaviors afterwards and the whole thing is sus. Absolutely. And that's a huge thing when I talk about patterns. Oh shit, I pushed a button. The pattern of behavior of Gypsy back before leading up to the murder very much is still going on today. Now, is she murdering people? Not yet. Thank God Pixie got out. Oh, Pixie got out of there. Thank God. This woman could not even take care of a puppy. Let's hope she never has children. Just saying. My opinion. She shouldn't have walked away on an innocent little buttercup. Yeah, I know what you're getting at. Little buttercup. If she would have just walked away, like literally walked away, she would have went down with her mom for fraud. Thank you. There. That is the best, simplest. There you go. Wrapped up nicely in a bow just for you, Ash274. My moderator, my friend, come to the light. Just while I'm rambling about random things, my friend Randy, who has a channel, is called It's Randy's Life. If you haven't checked her out, please do. Her and another friend of mine, One Win, go live together every Friday. But Randy, and it's kind of a drama channel, but they do all sorts of different things. But Randy went live yesterday about the O.J. Simpson, If I Did It, that interview that he did years back. Anyhow, Amanda Knox I brought Amanda Knox up because I was obsessed with that whole case and what happened to her. And if you have not read Amanda Knox's book, you should read that book. It is so good. It is so awful what she went through, having to be in a prison. Where did that happen? It was at Italy. Why do I want to say Italy? In an Italian prison? Was it Italian? And Randy was like, I think she did it. And I was going to lose my shit in the chat because I do not believe for a minute that she did it. And they also arrested that Rudy Gadee. I can't remember how you say his name, who all the evidence led to him. Italy? Okay. The Italian police system was fucked. And they fucked her over for kissing her boyfriend, basically, after someone brutally murdered her friend and her roommate. It's crazy to me. Thank you, Lanky. But yeah, Amanda Knox, if you've never read her book, it is so good. And there's an audio book as well of it. And it is so good. And does she read the audio book herself? I think she does. I've listened to it like a million times, but it's been years. She did get railroaded. And I hope she never has to go back to that place. That prison was hell. It was hell. Can you imagine? It's like Broke Down Palace, one of my favorite movies with Claire Danes. And they get locked up in that, I can't remember what country they were in. It was awful. Oh, it was so awful. Such a good movie. Check it out if you have never. Broke Down Palace. Look up the Terry, Midbrant case. In the early 2000s, the mother lied about her daughter having cancer. Long story short, every adult in her daughter's life was hauled into court. Really? Interesting. Were they convicted? Like, was the daughter going along with it? She won't ever go back. They can't. Yeah, no. They've tried to make her come back, but she didn't have to, thank God. Hey, Red Sauce. Good to see you. Annabelle, good to see you. Thailand, yes. Yes, I love Claire Danes. Broke Down Palace, My Damn Heart. I love that movie. It's so good. It's so good. It has a happy ending. And I just love Claire Danes. Another good series, Homeland. I need to watch that again. I need to revisit that. All right, let's get back on track here. Back to this Gyp. Okay, let's just finish watching this clip. I was trying to find the one of her at the cemetery.
Yeah, she
get why they say
understands
that.
why
Oh, they
prison
did?
is a punishment. And ever.
You see all these like romantic.
This poor guy. I feel so bad for Ryan. This is so sad. Poor Ryan. Hey, Boston chick. I'm just now seeing you. I'm sorry. Yeah, but didn't she come back for her friend, Ash? Isn't that how it ends? The second one gets like they had to let one out and she was able to get the other released. Like that's a hard situation, but she was still really young. The mother was convicted. Oh, really? That's interesting. Oh, is she? I thought she gets out at the very end. Why do I remember that ending differently? Just look at, I've had so many Gypsy stands come in here. I had to put one in timeout yesterday, and now the Gypsy stands are all on my TikTok. Oh, I bet that's Prime. That's Prime. Hey, let's see if I say it right. Is it Nicole Connor? Lost baby. Supposedly lost baby when mom made her. That's a lie. That never happened. I mean, I don't know if she told that to Nick, but allegedly she did. But her tube would not have caused anything like that to happen. Oh, that's definitely Prime. Wait, she takes full blame and lets her friend go. That's right. And then she's like screaming for her. Oh, it's sad. Well, I made up an alternate ending to that. And I think my ending sounds better.
Like movies where they do like the scene somewhere iconic, and I got to live out that dream today. This is beautiful.
And I got to kiss you in Central Park.
Oh, Ryan. Oh, Ryan. What happened? What is that? Where's that? Let's watch the very first one where she's like fresh out of prison.
This was my grandma.
Oh, here's the one with the grave.
Hey, Mama. My grandma Emma, we all call her Mama Emma. She was a great grandmother. My mom and I lived with my grandparents when I was little. She was always good to me. And
now look, okay, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be ugly or negative or mean, but you cannot tell me that she didn't have a certain look to her as even a baby. And she is teeny tiny. why believe Gypsy. Well, hold on, I'll explain in a minute. It goes back to she has a chromosomal disorder that kind of excuses every test they ever did on her. Not that they didn't profit from it. I think Dee Dee also tried to give Gypsy the best life possible, and she did that by frauding the medical system while using an actual diagnosis of a chromosomal disorder. Does that make sense? And I can show you all about the chromosomal disorder, which we will get there. We're just, shit talking and talking facts at the same time.
It devastated my mother when she passed. Things didn't turn out how I think anybody would have wanted them to turn out. I think things kind of fell apart when you passed away. I feel like I failed her as a granddaughter.
Okay, look at her legs, y'all. See, this is part of the chromosomal disorder is muscle weakness in the legs. Look at them. Let me rewind it and make it full screen. Oh, not that kind of full screen. What am I doing?
When you passed away, I feel like I failed her as a granddaughter, making the choices
She always stands like that and walks like that, where her knees are a little bent. Do you see what I'm talking about? I think Dee Dee helped her mom along in her death. You think so? I don't know, because I don't really believe any of the Petrie family anymore. They're all a bunch of fucking liars. They're all liars. I don't think any of them knew what was going on. Who knows? I mean, the Petrie family even said that they flushed Dee Dee's ashes down the toilet, which was not true. They didn't do that. I just don't, it's hard for me to believe anything they say. Did Jip Jip get a BBL? I bet she will. I bet she will. Her dad's other daughter, her half-sister, is a pretty girl. That's Mia. She also has another half-sister that's a little younger than Gypsy that her dad signed his rights away to. But if you notice, Mia also has a little bit of that look to her face. I'm just saying. Uh-oh.
I've made that weighs on me. I'm hoping that you and my mom are in heaven. She could be at peace finally and feel the love that
Look at Ryan being a supportive husband. He's got his arm around her. He's like, it's going to be okay, baby. You're doing the right thing, Gypsy Rose. You needed to come and see your family, Gypsy Rose. You need to make amends. We're going to get you healthy, girl. Remember when she told him to shut up in front of 1 million people? Oh, God. Poor Ryan.
she needed to feel all
Justice
along.
for Ryan. And if you didn't know, Gypsy had the nerve to file for spousal support. She's trying to get spousal support. And he got fired. Ryan got fired from the show. According to TMZ, Ryan is no longer filming, and his part of the show is done. So he has his teacher salary, and he's got to support this schmurderer who's out here profiting from her crime. Fuck out of here. I hope a judge throws that in her face. Sit down, Gypsy. Be humble. All right, I want to find that one where she just gets out of prison and they're sitting on the bed and it's awkward. She's like, I just need my space. There's the one about her teeth. Let's watch that one real quick.
We're gonna grab your records. That's why I don't have my contacts on me.
Christy Blanchard, you bitch. You bitch. You never gave Ryan Lee a call back. You were busy vacuuming your front lawn. What else are you stirring up over there, ma'am?
even though they're bifocals.
I had bifocals when I was like 14.
14 with bifocals.
Because your eyes were messed up, Gypsy, because you had a crooked eye. You had a eye that turned all the way in. See, it drives me nuts. You had to have bifocals, unfortunately. Don't act like that was some sort of hell you were put through intentionally by, I can't. Hey, Texas girl.
Yeah, I'm also 32 with dentures. I'm an old lady. My teeth is something that I've always been really insecure about. The hospital gave me free.
No worries, everybody. Gypsy got her free dental work done. She's got all those caps out of there, I think, and somebody paid a pretty penny for them. She did not buy them herself. Remember when Gypsy... Uh-oh, hold on. I think I unplugged my thing. Oh, no. Hold on. Something's going on with my laptop charger. What is going on? Sorry. Hold on. My laptop charger is not charging, and I don't want it to go dead. Is it doing it now? Yeah, it was. Hold on. I think I got it back. There we go. Note to self, get a new charger. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, remember when Gypsy tried to, what was it? She wanted to do Habitat for Humanity, but she wanted them to film it. And Habitat for Humanity was like, no, the fuck out of here. You robbed us for years. Why don't you pay them back, Gypsy? Why not? I thought you promised the parole board a bunch of advocacy. She was going to advocate for Munchausen by proxy, but she doesn't have, or, Dee Dee was never diagnosed with Munchausen by proxy. You had a chromosomal disorder.
Dentures, because chemotherapy and treatments like that will rot your teeth. I think I have 16 teeth left, and they're all caps. But underneath, like the cap, they shaved down the tooth, put the cap on with cement. So the teeth that I have remaining are nubs. It's one of the small little reminders of everything that I've gone through. And it would be nice to have a whole white smile someday, but I know that's probably very expensive.
You never had chemotherapy. What are you talking about? All right, one more, and then we're going to get into this chromosomal disorder thing. Why did they stop posting clips of the series? They kind of stopped posting. Oh, the laugh.
So good.
Haunts my
You just
dreams.
can't stop staring at me,
You
huh?
want some fries?
No, I just want to
Want
just
me?
be right now.
Right,
I'm just
you
kind of
want me to
being.
leave you be?
No, I don't want you to leave. I'm trying to process.
Okay.
I don't want to eat on the bed.
I ain't the only thing we're gonna be doing on the bed.
Oh, Ryan, look at that cocky grin right there. He is feeling himself. He got his baby out of jail, baby girl. He got her out of jail. He picked up some McDonald's. He's probably got yesterday's meal up in that little hotel fridge from last night. Leftover steak. Yeah, it is deja vu patterns. Surprised he doesn't have brownies. He got everything but the brownies. But look at him. He is feeling good on this day. And then Gypsy rips his heart right out of his chest. You evil bitch. Justice for Ryan. Justice for Ryan. Hold on, where's my picture? Gypsy. You got some explaining to do. Look at him. I mean, look at him. Not a care in the world. He is on top of the world right now in this photo. His self-esteem is through the roof after that D fire and that D. We know that was a lie. We know that was a lie. Do you think Ryan's a top or a bottom? A man who doesn't share his fries. Not cool. It's okay. Get over Gypsy's prescription mouthwash. Now she smokes. Yeah, like when did you start smoking, Gypsy? Was that some? Because remember they found a cigarette in the crime scene photos. There's a cigarette outside in the driveway or on the sidewalk. I can't remember. Was that you, Gyp? Were you puffing on the ciggies back then too? That D was fired. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Canceled the D and ran off with Knuff. I'm Ken. Anywhere else I'd be a 10. I don't remember the words. When I'm with Gypsy, I'm a 10. I'm Ken. Gypsy lies, people die or get traumatized, right? That's the pattern of using and abusing and throwing people away. Look at Rachel Garner, I think, on TikTok, her prison friend who like built all their social media or her social media up and would post for Gypsy, like specifically Gypsy would like send her emails of what to post on the page. That girl even made Gypsy the godmother of one of her children. Ryan's a power bottom for sure. Ew. Ew. Hello, XOXO. It's good to see you. You think he had a sweat rag next to the bed? You must be able to smell her breath without her opening her. You could smell it through her nose holes. Rachel Garlic. Yes, on TikTok. She used and abused that girl, threw her right in the garbage can when she didn't need her anymore. Piece of shit. And look, Ryan Lee is no victim, but that is exactly what happened to Ryan. Trying to be all up in the business. She got used and abused and thrown in the crusty garbage too. Stay away from this family. A power bottom holding onto those. Oh my God. And his chicken nuggies. You think he ordered the nugs or a Big Mac? Maybe this was when they had the Kerwin Frost box. Maybe he got her a Kerwin Frost. He probably gets tons of women in the DMs. You think? Yeah, probably. Because look, you've got these women or these people in prison, and I want to talk about this at some time. Paul Ferguson and Shonda Vander Ark, if you know of their crime of torturing and starving their the autistic brother. He was 14, 15, maybe 15. Awful, but you know this guy has a whole fiance, and it is the funniest shit I've ever heard. Am I the only one who's watched that? I know Boston Chick has seen it, but it's a terrible case. It's terrible. And then Shonda Vander Ark has a whole girlfriend now. Ryan Lee thought she was special, though. She sure did. She thought she was going to have a sleepover. That's what Fancy said. The sleepover was canceled. Ryan had her ticket ready. She was going to Louisiana. Whether she shit her pants or not, she was going to be there. She got a prison bitch? No, it's an outside bitch. And Paul Ferguson has a fiance, and I swear this fiance is either trolling him or she's got some sort of ulterior motive. Baby girl. Baby girl. Oh man. Yes, Annabelle. But it's okay, baby girl. Baby girl. I love you, baby girl. And then when he's singing, he sings to her. The phone calls are so cringe. Yes. I've listened to every single one of them. Oh my god, it's so funny. Paul's calls the fiance baby girl. Yeah, this is baby girl. And you know, she's like twice his age. She has a child that's the same age as Paul Ferguson. Like, what are you doing with your life, lady? And prison, like, they're on the phone all day, damn day. They're on the phone and they have tablets and they can text message. It's nuts. But now he's in prison, baby girl. It's so weird. Like, what are your motives behind wanting to be with someone like Paul Ferguson, who, number one, is just fucking not attractive in any way, shape, or form? Like, and he's gonna be in prison for like 30 years plus. 30 years or more, yeah. Her daughter is 30. She's older than him. Oh my god. Baby girl. Did he get life? I thought he had, or is he trying to appeal for 30 years? I thought Shonda got life and he got 30 plus. I could be wrong. You know what? I think he was way more involved with torturing Timothy than Shonda was. I think he was, and I think he did a lot of gassing up of Shonda to make it worse. But it was all bad. It was all bad. And Paul Ferguson is a freak, and we need to talk about these phone calls, okay? And him and baby girl. And baby girl is over there letting him sing to her and shit. I shouldn't have chose today to talk about this chromosomal disorder because I've talked about everything but the chromosomal disorder. Baby girl. Oh my gosh, on a dare. He got life. He nearly fainted. Yeah, I thought he only got 30 plus. He was a bully before. He's a piece of shit. He's such a piece of shit. Ugh. I'm glad he's locked up. The judge said that he was basically a psychopath. Like he was everything. Like he was on his way to being a full-blown psychopath. Hey, Andy.
Hey, cutie.
What are you doing? You just wake up?
Nah, I've been up since a long time ago.
Oh.
I already went live calling out Sam Hill. See his picture?
That's not Sam.
Sam Hill.
That's Samuel. I picture Sam looking more like shit, what's his name? God, he was in the wheelchair.
Hey, Texas girl. I miss you, boo.
What is his name? It's gonna drive me nuts. He's in a wheelchair. He was in a wheelchair and he was crippled. He was really smart. What the fuck? He was like a scientist or
yeah.
God.
Like he was all like messed up in the face.
Yes. What is his name?
Carrot sauce.
Somebody say it.
God.
Stephen Hawking.
Yes. Yeah, you should have heard red sauce in the morning. Red sauce was in my chat. That's in your chat.
Mm-hmm.
Triggered the hell out of Sam Hill. He was yelling at her. You take a link, red sauce. Damn you.
Shut up. I've missed everything. I heard Robbie had an epic panel.
We didn't even get to that. Lemonade was there.
What? I've missed everything.
I'm gonna go over it tonight. Yeah.
I'm over here sleeping. And
I missed it too.
Out.
I missed it too. Yeah. Yeah. And then so God, I love all this shit though. Oh, Jip Jip. You know, I could have saved Jip Jip.
Look at this guy. Okay, do you hear the allegations that she has for divorcing him?
No.
Okay, so her reasoning so far has been that he yelled at her and it scared her and it triggered
Oh my
memories of her mom, and
god.
she had to hide in the bathroom because she was so scared.
That dude was such a simp for her.
Oh, well, we've heard him get cranky with her when she was in prison,
Uh,
but it was because she was like taunting this ex-fiance who she's now running around with, by the way.
mm,
Like
that's
in
right.
prison, she would be like, "Oh, I had a dream about my ex, and I called him, and I just wanted to be honest and let you know." And like Ryan got pissed, rightfully so. It was 2 weeks to 3 weeks, or 3 days, I can't remember. Right before they were going to get married in prison, and she calls him up and says that,
Look,
"I just wanted to let you know," and he got pissed, and he was like, "You fucking cheated on me." But hold on, let me tell you the rest. So she also says that he's a food hoarder, which also triggered memories of her mom. So he was, they had all these camera crews and shit, and he's a special ed teacher, and they're having all these to go boxes. And apparently, she was not okay with how packed up the fridge was with leftovers. So that was a problem for her, okay? A means to divorce this man.
Jesus Christ.
And then my favorite is she said that he was a human furnace and he would snore. And it was so bad that she couldn't sleep in the same bed with him.
That one, there's a lot of that though.
That's part
That
of
one's
being married. If
kind of legit, man. That one's
you
kind
would
of
divorce somebody over that if you loved
no,
them and you married them
no,
because you
no.
loved them
I'll tell you what it is.
in prison.
I'll tell you what it is.
And you want to tell me, Andy, that you can live in prison for 8 years, but you can't handle some snoring?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this is what it is.
It's a cop out.
Of course, these are all excuses. She dumped him because the guy is hotter. Simple as that.
Exactly. She loves
Yeah,
Ken,
yeah.
and she was talking to Ken. And I think that's all going to come out in this new series, okay? Because it played out in front of the cameras.
Oh, Jip. She doesn't know.
Oh,
I would have been a better match.
gross. You can, by all means, you can have her.
No, she
Once
got
you
no
hit her
job.
up.
She got no job.
Yes, and she got her teeth fixed.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
like that. I
I
like au
don't think
natural.
I don't think they like she didn't bruise up from her nose job. I think that they just like shaved off that hump, a big ass hump she had in the middle. I think that's about it.
They'll still get bruising. Doesn't matter.
And even though I still haven't really talked about this chromosome disorder, that whole look to her face goes back to this chromosome disorder that she has that she won't talk about because it blows out her Munchausen by proxy victimhood card. Just saying. All right, we're gonna finish watching this little clip. This is when Gypsy first got out of prison. This is her first night in the hotel room with Orion. Like he picked her up, at the gates. Baby, let's go.
Fresh out of prison sex, the best.
Yeah, baby girl, come on. And he's ready, right?
I hope he had his ginseng.
You were so good.
You just can't stop staring
Okay,
at me,
you
huh?
want some fries?
No, I just want
You want some fries?
right now.
Did he say,
Yes, is
did
that
he say you want some fries?
You're right. I completely missed that all night.
Oh my
He better
god.
come back with some McDonald's fries.
Yeah,
Okay, you want some fries?
No,
Yeah.
I just
I can see what she got. I can see what she got.
Did ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good catch, Andy.
You want some fries?
Baby, you want some fries? Because she's like trying to process, right? She just got out of prison after murdering her mother and all the things leading up to it, and then 8 years in prison. Blah diddy blah blah. This is her first night out. She's just trying to process. She's just trying to sit on that bed and gather herself as she's out of prison and just sit and process. And Ryan's like, baby, you want some fries? You want to, like, he is ready to
you
lay
want a
her
little,
out.
you want a little bit of a milkshake, baby? Buy my,
He wants
buy
to
my
eat those
chicken nugget.
fries out of her belly button.
That's not a
That's
bad
what
thing. I've done that before.
out of her booty crack.
Hell yeah. Put a little blue
What?
cheese back
To
there.
just be right now.
Right,
I'm just
you
kind of
want me to
big.
leave you, baby?
No, I don't need to leave. I just.
She is
I'm
my
trying
type, to be
process.
honest.
I
Except
don't
for
want
the
to eat on the
nose.
bed.
I ain't the only thing we're gonna be doing on the bed.
And he got the fries. He said that ain't the only thing we're gonna be doing on that bed.
I think
And
he wants to
then
make.
he's got the fries.
If he could, he'd make love to those fries.
He might have that night. He might have. He gave him the blue balls that night. You know it.
No.
If I had
No.
just gotten out of prison, I don't think I would be having sex with that. My first night out. Like, I would need a
Well,
whole day of just processing life. Hey, Amanda Meatfoot.
I know. If you've gone without fucking that for a while, I mean, maybe, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
I know that's the first
Like,
thing
if I
I
was
when I
getting out
gotta.
of prison and it was like Ken, because Ken is better looking than Ryan. Ryan looks like her mom. Like, do you think Ryan's a bottom or a top or both?
Oh, dude, he'd be a bottom for sure.
Yeah, he'd have to,
For
right?
sure,
Like,
yeah.
he'd have to be a bottom.
Yeah.
Gypsy ain't wanting to work this night.
I mean, I could give it to him. He could be on top for a little bit, but he has to be a bottom. I feel bad sometimes. Like, I don't know why I get hooked up with like these skinny, like
Quit. No, don't
girls
go
and it's
there.
like,
We're
I
not
feel
doing it.
bad. I don't want to be on top.
He's
I'd
so
rather be on the
bad.
bottom.
I know you love it.
I do want to start a family. Like, I'm not getting any younger. I want at least 2 kids. So realistically, we can't wait
He
that
is
long.
so my type.
I feel so comfortable.
Andy, anyone
No,
looking
what have I
and
always said?
female is your type.
What have I always said? I like
Big
thick.
noses,
No,
murders.
I said I like thick brunettes. I've always said that. I've never changed.
Well, so she's blonde now, so there's that.
Oh, what is that?
Have you seen what she looks like now?
No.
You're the one that feels comfortable.
I want to lay
Lay
down.
down.
Oh, yeah, that feels nice.
I just want to hold you. Missed you.
Oh, Gypsy.
Let me send you a little something.
Oh, God, I'm scared.
No, I mean your cash app.
Oh, thank you for the blessing.
I'm giving you blessings. I don't have much, but it's something. There you go.
A little something's better than nothing. Thank you.
You guys hit her up, man. This is great content, you guys. I gotta go to work though, but I'm listening.
Oh, damn you. All right.
Okay. Have a good one. I'll be listening. I'll be in
Bye,
chat.
Andy. Love you
Bye.
so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay. So, what am I going to get into now? We can talk about this chromosome disorder real quick. Let's knock that out of the park. As a previous hefty person myself, I can confirm he's a bottom. Well, I mean, there's other positions. There's been so much side drama going on too that is just fucking hilarious. Okay, morbid fighting with Hormaxer was hilarious. Grade A comedy. Hello, Terry Bailey. Okay, so the chromosome disorder. Fancy goes into the chromosome disorder extensively on her channel. So please check out the Good Wives Network and, do your due diligence and watch more on the chromosomal disorder. All right, hold on. Let me go to her Patreon because I think it's in her Patreon. But I don't like know what the rules are. Like am I allowed to read this medical record? I don't know. It's been a wild night. Loved it. Never thought for Max or Betty. I don't know who I was rooting for. It was just funny. Funny shit. Fancy is so, oh, stop it. Be nice. Okay, I like Fancy. Fancy never done me dirty. I understand she has times where she was eccentric and extra and, was doing the most, but Fancy is very factual when it comes to just, breaking down to the facts. And everything she has said has been true. So I know she's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. I'm not everybody's cup of tea either. All right, so let me find what I'm looking for. Let's just go ahead and do this. What was it? Rare Chromo. Let me get the number. One Q 21.1. All right. One Q1. Okay. All right, here we go. She is just high strung like me. I can relate. Certain things trigger a person. Right. And well, Fancy did, and a lot of people don't like this person. I have no interaction with this person and no opinion because I don't watch her stuff. But her name is Veda Jade. And she interviewed Fancy the other day, and it was really good. It was really good. Like, she had her questions ready. Fancy answered them. I thought it went really great. And I'll actually drop that in here if anybody wants to go watch it later. It was a good interview. Yeah, I agree, Mac. Fancy is manic, but her theories, yes. I think she's misunderstood because she's on the spectrum in the freaking Blanchard. Yes. All of it. Yes, I agree. Oh, I know, Hope. It's okay. Everybody is entitled to feel how they feel. Just like I mean, not that anyone is, but just don't want anyone to attack her. Nobody's perfect. But I respect everybody's opinions, and everybody is absolutely 150% entitled to their opinion. All right, look at this first of all. Who does this look like? Who does this look like? Just posted about it. She didn't really have fun during the. Oh, really? Why? See, that's why I stay away from that person. I don't know. I have my. Well, I said I had no opinion. I got a little bit of one, but I've never looked into Veda Jade. Hey, authority check. Oh, Jip. Yes. That's a lot of eyeballs, sir. Jip Maxer. Ah, Cassandra. I'm so glad you're here, Jip. Right, exactly. This is the face of this chromosomal disorder, and it looks just like Gypsy. Now, this is a long, and of course I screwed it up on my screen. Okay. This is a long article, and I don't want to read it all. Let's see. Most likely features. Okay, and this is in her medical records. It is stated in her medical. I don't even know who she is, Ash. I don't have a clue. Hey, exiled. What was I saying? Y'all threw me off. It is in her medical record that she has this chromosomal disorder down to these letters and numbers I read off earlier. You can look it up yourself. She has this disorder, and everything in every doctor's appointment, in the logs, in all of it, it is always listed that Gypsy has a chromosomal disorder. And she has even said it herself when they ask her, tell us all the things that you were diagnosed with, blah, blah, blah. All right. Most likely features: small head. Let's blow this up. Increased possibility of mild or moderate developmental delays. And what did they always try to say is that Gyp was the R word. I won't say it, but yes, that was always stated. Mental retardation was put on her files at times. So it's like, to me, I almost feel like they got this diagnosis of this chromosome disorder and played it up to the highest degree, right? Because I don't think Gypsy's mentally retarded whatsoever. Maybe emotionally. All right. Slightly unusual facial features, increased possibility of behavioral or mental health problems. Hello, Gypsy. Great, my stupid charger's doing it again. Why? Why am I having this problem? Okay. Let's hope it fixes itself. So strange. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry. Let's hope my computer doesn't die. All right. Slightly unusual facial features, increased possibility of behavior or mental health problems, heart problem, loose joint or double jointedness. Them legs looking a little loose jointed, if I say so myself. And I'm going to say this a million times. This is not a theory. This is not made up. This is stated in her medical records that she has this chromosomal disorder. It's a fact. It's not a theory. It's a fact. Okay? And it explains a lot of the testing that was done. I have written down here in 2005, the records were sent to Missouri from Louisiana, sent to Missouri from Louisiana by a doctor who had diagnosed her with this chromosomal disorder. Shut up, Nicole. Yeah. Okay. Other features: seizures. What was she diagnosed with in her paperwork? Seizures. It was always listed that she had seizures. Her mom knew that was part of the chromosomal disorder. I bet when she was diagnosed with this chromosomal disorder, Dee Dee went and did her damn homework on what was all entailed in this chromosomal disorder. All right, let's see. Seizures, disturbances in the lens of the eye. Oh, is that why Gypsy had an eye issue and had to have it corrected several times because it was so bad? Is that why she had to have bifocals? Oh, imagine that. The dots do connect. Increased risk of her inborn anomalies. All right, the small head. Then it goes into detail about that. Most children and adults with the 1q21.1 microdeletion look like other members of their family. They may, however, have one or two slightly unusual facial features, such as an unusual prominent forehead, deep-set eyes, and a somewhat bulbous nose. These features do not usually make them stand out, but they may mean that your child has a passing resemblance to others with the microdeletion. Unique families have commented on the broad forehead can make their child's face look triangular. Then, okay. Heart problem. And it goes into details on these heart problems. And wasn't Gypsy diagnosed with like a heart murmur? Am I wrong? She absolutely has this chromosomal disease. No offense. Like, you're allowed to disagree. That's fine. But there is no doubt in my mind that she absolutely has this. She looks just like the poster child. She has every symptom. She checks every box for this disorder. You can't tell me that she doesn't have it. The muscular dystrophy came back negative. Everything in the world came back negative besides this chromosomal disorder. It is in the medical files. Everything checks. Prison is not going to test you for a chromosomal disorder. They're not. It's rare that you actually can get a diagnosis. Like, you've got, you have to have prominent features to be diagnosed with this chromosomal disorder. And I also believe that this chromosomal disorder has something to do with, I think is called microcephaly. And that is where the sutures, when you're a baby and you're developing and all of those things, you know, you have a soft spot, but you also have parts of the skull that have not fused together. With microcephaly, it depends on where you can have microcephaly on the side, you can have it down the middle. And when you have it down the middle, it takes your forehead and you can almost feel a ridge in the forehead and that is called, I believe, I hope I'm getting the word right, microcephaly, which in my opinion, Gypsy has that, which would lead to things like a chromosomal deletion. And there is no prison that is going to test you for a chromosomal deletion. No, they're not. Yes, she does. And I was gonna, like, I don't know if I'm allowed to show that, so I didn't bring it up. But I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyeballs. I have it, but I would never pull it up. Well, if I had permission. They didn't test her for the disorder in prison. They did have to test done though because of her history, and she was fine. They did not. You cannot just test her. Oh my God, I can't. We could tell a chromosomal disorder was there before diagnosis. It was a FLB, funny looking baby. But are they going to do that in prison? Do you really think they're going to take the time out of prison to find some kind of specialist that can diagnose a chromosomal disorder? Yes, exactly. I would think they run basic tests through blood and urine, but nothing extensive. Exactly. And yeah, Batty, they're not going to test you. Let's find out if you have a chromosomal disorder in the prison doctor's office. Not happening. I don't know what is going on with my laptop battery. Okay. So let's see what else. Loose joints or double jointedness. One study was pinpointed very loose joints or double jointedness in or around a quarter of people with this microdeletion. The same study found a similar number of people had a low muscle tone, hypotonia. In some people, the two conditions coincided. In others, they didn't. Among the unique group, low muscle tone was fairly common, but very lax joints were not seen. And I will tell you, I know this for a fact, that if they think that you have this chromosomal disorder, they are going to test and see if you have the muscle weakness. There's many different tests you can do for muscle weakness. The most invasive one being the biopsy, the muscle biopsy that Gypsy received because she had a chromosomal disorder. And of course, Dee Dee ran with that and said she had muscular dystrophy. That's why I think this chromosomal disorder is the base to the fraud, right? All of this can be true, but it was played up to fraud the medical system. Exactly, Hope. Yeah. Doctors don't even consider chromosome testing until she was 12 or 14. Okay. Yeah. That sounds about right to me. They can test you way younger than that. I don't know. I don't remember specifically the date. That I do not remember on the paperwork. I don't remember. I know Fancy does, but I do not. She was tested or not for the chromosome disorder. She was tested. She was tested for the chromosomal disorder of the microdeletion of 1q21.1 microdeletion. Yes, she was tested and she was diagnosed with having this disorder. And the results were positive, yes. My son has a test for something similar. Q fragile, I think it was. Well, I know someone who had a child that had a mild form of, I think it was microcephaly. I know there's different words. Anyhow, when I think the child was about 4, 5, 6, and one of the things that they did to see if the muscles were okay was like had her stick her hands out and like do like 3 squats in a row, pretty much. Like that's a way to test for muscle, but that's not invasive. I'm sure Dee Dee took it to the highest degree and demanded that Gypsy, because Gypsy does exhibit, in my opinion, muscle weakness in her legs. And I'm sure that's how she got her in that wheelchair as a child. But again, I need to find out when she was actually the date of the diagnosis. She was 2 or 3 when she got, oh wait, or your son was. Yeah, you can diagnose it really young. I wonder if the other siblings have been tested. No, but that's Fancy said that she tried to get a hold of Christy after she came across this chromosome disorder that she missed years ago. You know, she didn't catch it the first time around. Fancy didn't. And told Christy that the whole family should be tested for it. I wonder if the other... Oh, I already read that. Really? Leslie? That's probably a newer thing, though, right? Because unless you have... I don't know. All right, let's read a little bit more. Okay. Okay, early physiotherapy. This is still on the muscle weakness. Or regular exercises can improve hypotonia very much in some children. Children with very lax joints may need supports, splints, or special footwear while learning to walk. Increased risk of behavioral or mental health problems. Children and adults with this chromosome microdeletion can be affectionate and sociable with no behavioral problems, but as a group, they appear to be at risk for a range of behavior difficulties and mental health problems. We do not know yet whether these unusual behaviors and mental health problems are a result of the 1q21.1 microdeletion or a chance association. This is particularly true when a parent and child have a similar behavior pattern and both have the microdeletion. The increased frequency of behavior difficulties suggests vulnerability in the area and means that children and adults should be monitored and families offered early support. The key concerns that have emerged so far are listed below. ADHD. This has only been observed in children with learning difficulties and developmental delays. Antisocial behavior seen in child pairs. What? This is if both have the deletion. Aggressiveness. This has only been seen in children with learning disabilities, autistic-like behavior, anxiety, depression, hallucinations, schizophrenia, which Gypsy claims that Dee Dee had, which I don't think Dee Dee had schizophrenia. I think Gypsy might be a little schizo, but I'm not a doctor. Schizophrenia is more common among people with this microdeletion than in the general population. How do you get like your chromosomes tested? Like, how would you know if you had some rare, if there's got to be a bunch of these. I mean, there's a lot of chromosomes. I don't know shit about a chromosome. Hey, Rebel. Rebel, I sent you $4 the other day. Fuck the world. You got it. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Amniocentesis. Amniocentesis. All right, let's see. Seizures can happen. Disturbances in the lens of the eye. Increased risk of their inborn abnormalities. A wide range of the minor or more serious conditions identified at birth have been seen, but they don't seem to follow in particular pattern. They include missing. Okay, yeah, that's not anything. That's like some crazy shit. I'm sorry, Gypsy looks just like that. At birth, feeding. Okay, remember Gypsy had failure to thrive as a baby. She was diagnosed with failure to thrive. And it says, among 5 unique members, all have had feeding difficulties. These have included sucking weakly at breast or bottle, bringing feeds back, lack of appetite, choking on lumps, failing to chew, gastroesophageal reflux, which she was also diagnosed with. Like she had acid reflux issues. Delayed, which again is just something you can usually, I mean, she has a freaking feeding tube. Growth. 4 out of 5 unique members were very short as children, including one who was a normal height and length at birth. A delay in bone age appears to be common. 4 out of 5 were very thin, including one who was tall for his age. One kid grew into a short adult with a stocky. You can do that? You can grow into a short adult? Shit. One very thin child had a large stomach, perhaps due to lack of abdominal muscles. Okay. Well, Gypsy's very short. Just saying. Just saying. On a serious note, we would have found out before birth. No, that's not necessarily true. The person that I know whose daughter had like that microcephaly, they did not know before birth. They only knew it because she had that ridge on her forehead. So, especially back then, they weren't testing people for chromosomal disorders in the womb. All right, hearing. Didn't Gypsy have tubes put in her ears? Yes, she did. Yes. Yes, ma'am. She sure did. That's what I think, Lexi. Why are people with 1Q21.1 microdeletions so different from each other? Okay, I don't really want to read that. How did this happen? I'm not really interested in that. I'm more interested in the symptoms that come with this. And that's it. And I will drop it in here if anybody wants to really go read all the fine details. I don't have time to be doing all that, but I absolutely think that this diagnosis that she was tested for, there was a test done, it was positive that she has this microdeletion, explains everything. And I'm not saying, like, Dee Dee obviously played up everything. I think Gypsy does have a lot of these symptoms. I think Dee Dee found a way to profit from that. I think she used that to also, I'm sorry, but like, I could totally see Dee Dee being like, "Oh, you don't even have to walk, baby. If your muscles are weak, you need to sit in this wheelchair and I will just push you around. I will be your legs, baby girl." They do test if you're high risk, but if it's your first pregnancy, you don't know that you're high risk for anything, or not anything. There are special situations, but for this chromosomal disorder, they weren't going to why would they test her in utero? Like I could have a normal pregnancy and have a baby with no issues during pregnancy that has a chromosomal disorder. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you told me that pic was Jip Jip, exactly, right? Yeah. And Christy's the one who came up with the Munchausen by proxy as a defense for Jip Jip, and no one mentions it. Funny how that works, isn't it? Funny how that works. Christy. Yes. Uh-huh. Munchausen by proxy. She spun that story right away. It was a perfect defense. Think about it. Think about it. Perfect defense. This poor child. Dee Dee was never diagnosed with Munchausen by proxy. I think she used this genetic disorder to play up the medical system, and she got a lot of benefits from it. Gypsy also got a lot of benefits from it too, just saying. And I think that when Dee Dee got sick and the con was up, it was up. If you told me that pic was, yeah. So there you go. There you have it. According to genetics test 2011, it was proven. Yes. Came back to March. I think she had a diagnosis. She stopped seeing doctors in March of 2011. Not March, but 2011. So I need to go back and look. I don't know where to look right now. I'd have to dig. I'm a medical researcher for a pharmaceutical company. Right, but like, I'm still saying, like, why would they test you for a chromosome disorder when you're pregnant? Are you meaning like when they test for Down syndrome? It does look like Gypsy. Absolutely, it does. Because she has the chromosome disorder. She could talk about that. Gypsy, we want to know about your chromosomal disorder. Oh, saliva test too, but I don't think they did that back then. I don't know. I didn't. I had a test for the Down syndrome thing. And that was at like 6 months. Gypsy, come clean. Come clean. It's time to come forward, Gypsy. You know, she made promises to the parole board that when she, you know, I wonder if we can watch that. Let me see if I can find it. Because she made all these promises to the parole board of what she had learned at her time in prison, you know, what she was going to do after prison. And she has not done shit. So my question, I don't know anything about being on parole. If you're on parole and they grant you parole because of your parole hearing and the things you say that you're going to go do, and
We go to a gas station. We walk about a mile.
I guess it's not breaking parole if you don't fulfill those promises. I'm just curious. Hello, Marguerite. Marguerite. All right. Emotional parole hearing.
To the gas station. I steal a box of macaroni and cheese. So we get back to this house, and I'm expected to cook for him, right? Okay. I don't know how to cook.
See, she didn't even know how to cook fucking macaroni and cheese. She did not even know how to cook macaroni and cheese. She read the pamphlet. I don't know. But like, she didn't even know how to cook macaroni and cheese. Her mother did everything for her. That's my opinion. I think her mom waited on her hand and foot. Waited on her hand and foot to the point where she was walking for her by pushing her around in a freaking wheelchair. Royal mashed potatoes, red sauce. Royal mashed potatoes. So, anyways, my point being is I think she was, I think she was a spoiled brat. I do. You only have to follow the requirements they put you on, i.e. drug testing, reporting weekly to AA meetings, living in certain places, staying away from certain people. Okay, yeah. So I can get in front of the parole board and give them the promises of advocacy. I'm going to do all these great things. I have learned so much. Please let me out. And then you are let out and you don't do shit. You lie. You lie and you exploit what you did to your own mother. And while throwing other innocent people under the bus, blaming them, you know, you're always the victim, Gypsy, i.e., you know, this shit with her divorce with Ryan. Like, she is the victim. Everything, oh, it was so bad. Poor Gypsy. You know, before that, they were doing interviews on a podcast calling Ken a dumb motherfucker. And he was sniffing around. There's Ken sniffing around. I need some more sound bites. I just don't have time. Rebel, can you give me some sound bites, bud? if I give you a list, could you like go clip them for me and make a video, give it to me for free? Of a close encounter of the third kind when they were playing with their like royal mashed potatoes. Yeah, STL, you might be able to do it. Need a soundboard.
This was my first experience in the real world outside of my mother's care. Because a lot of people, I assume that they know most, but I don't think they realize how dependent I was on her. She cooked, cleaned, did everything. Ben was watching TV. That's the
See, Gypsy, do not tell me that you learn how to cook in prison. Like, do they? I don't think they offer cooking classes. And you probably know how to put some boiling hot water into a cup of ramen noodles. And that's probably the extent of it. And you want to tell me that you were so bothered by these freaking to-go boxes in the fridge, and that was grounds for divorce. That's it. We're done, Ryan. Your fucking leftovers are too much. I can't handle it. Even though he said he wanted to take it to lunch at his job. Stop. Ryan renamed the dog Ken. Royal mashed potatoes. No more chicky nuggies.
the most I would do. And so to do things like cook and even keep up my own hygiene was something new to me.
What?
Gypsy, in many ways, is
What?
an infant.
Even keeping up with her own hygiene was new to her. Excuse me, why? There are all kinds of things out there about how Gypsy and Dee Dee would take baths together, okay? Okay. And she said that her mother would shave her hoo-ha, and I did not make that up. That came out of Gypsy Rose's own freaking mouth, that her mom would shave her chocha. Yes, facts. Facts.
Gypsy was basically, married to her mother. It was extremely dysfunctional and toxic, and I just overwhelmingly.
I mean, look at Dee Dee in this picture here. Let's just take a moment to look at Dee Dee. I'm sorry. Let's take a moment to look at the joy on Dee Dee's face. That woman is happy to have her daughter in the world of Disney, living her best life out here pretending to be sick. You just sit in that wheelchair. Look at Dee Dee. Look at Dee Dee. Always a smile on that con artist face. She's like, I ripped the system again, bitch. Take my photo and put it in a magazine. Oh, Dee Dee.
Smothering. And I think their relationship is going to pose challenges to her ability to have intimacy and independence.
I thought Nick was this stable person that has his
Bullshit!
life.
Shut your mouth! No, you did not just say that. Hold on.
I thought Nick was this stable person that has his life together and he's going.
Are you kidding me, ma'am? I cannot believe this is crazy listening back to. This is insane. You thought that Nick was a normal person that had his life together. You are a liar. I cannot. Oh no, he was not stable whatsoever. No. No, 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 no. No. And he lived with his parents. I mean, no offense. He was only like 23, whatever. But it was because he was arrested at the McDonald's for fondling himself allegedly for hours and hours, for like 8 hours. Okay. And they were doing all sorts of nasty talk and weird sadistic talk on all these messengers that they were communicating on with their no, it wasn't Zoom, it was Skype, like Skype videos. And you wanted to, I thought he had his shit together. I thought I won the lottery. He's just a great guy, has everything together. You are a liar. You're a liar. You knew that he said he would murder your mom. That screams unstable. What the fuck? If you just hear Nicholas talk, you know something ain't right, okay? She chose him. She handpicked this guy. She knew. Remember, she called him a little autistic buttercup? I cannot.
Going to take care of me, and everything's just going to be fine.
Bullshit.
It's not what I expected at all.
When I heard about what happened with Dee Dee, a friend called me to let me know what.
Okay, I just wanted to hear the parole meeting. So where's that?
Was taking sex trafficker or something like that, you don't know.
If I had to spend my full 10 years within this facility, I'm not gonna lie, I would be heartbroken.
Oh my God. Okay, after nearly 7 years in prison, Gypsy goes before the Missouri Parole Board on December 9th, 2021.
I wrote my letter to the parole board.
All right, Marcia Smith, who are you, ma'am? Who are you writing Gypsy's parole board? Who's Marcia? Who are you?
To support Gypsy. I think Gypsy truly is sorry for everything that she went through and wishes she knew a better way to get out.
Oh, shush, stop it. Cameras are not allowed inside for the 45-minute hearing.
You would have been proud.
All right,
of your
hold
baby
on.
girl.
All right, hold up. There's old Christy here to do the damage control. That's her favorite job, or sort of. She's not good at it. But here she is.
What about you? How'd you do? They asked you some questions?
Yeah, they asked me some questions. I told the parole board, I said, look, I don't condone what Gypsy did. Not at all. I understand why she did it. Gypsy sat in that chair, put her hands on the table, straight up, and talked from the heart.
Bullshit. That was probably an Academy Award-winning performance. I bet she had been practicing for months on what she was going to say in front of this parole board. And like the little actress that she is, got up there and gave them a performance. Love to see that footage.
When they asked her, how do you feel, about your sentencing? She said, it's not a 10-year sentence. I have to live with this for the rest of my life.
Of course, that's perfect. That's what they wanted to hear. And you do. And now you're living with it for the rest of your life and profiting off of it. 2 hours after the hearing, Gypsy calls our producers.
Hey, Gypsy. How did it go?
I was expecting it to be far more uptight and nerve-wracking.
I expected it to be far more, what was it? Sorry. I expected it to be far more uptight and nerve-wracking. Because I was expecting them to ask me
to walk them through the crime itself.
To walk them through the crime itself. And they just asked me about life living with my mother. They didn't even ask me about the night of the murder. They didn't even ask me about it. I didn't have to walk them through the night of the murder. They just wanted to know about the Munchausen by proxy. I've got that down pat, ready to go.
And I got to explain to them a little bit of what I went through with my mother.
Oh my God. And I got to explain to them a little bit of what I had to go through with my mother. You see this picture that they put up here to make you go, oh my God, look at this poor girl with this all hooked up to all that is a sleep study and a freaking CPAP or a what is it called? A nebulizer or something. Like, why do they put these images up there to try to further? Oh, it just pisses me off. Of course they did, because like when you throw it in front of you, just like this, and you don't, I mean, but the parole board should, they think of that she's a victim of Munchausen by proxy. So they're basing their decision off of Munchausen by proxy. Gypsy's a victim. Gypsy had no choice. She had to murder her mother. I mean, look at this poor picture of this child with this stuff hooked up to her. That is a sleep study.
Do you feel optimistic that they're going to release you?
Based on how well it went, I feel very optimistic.
Gypsy is always going to struggle with certain things, but she is growing into a beautiful woman that could own up to her stuff when she needs to.
Oh, the hindsight of this debacle. Was she owning up to it when she later went on public? Where did she say that? Oh no, it was on the podcast when she doesn't identify as a murderer. She's just owning all of it. Gypsy. Is Gypsy toxic on purpose? Let's skip around.
Get out and live a life that she deserves.
Six days later, the parole board notifies Gypsy of its decision.
Phone rings and I see it's Gypsy, and she's like, Mom, guess what? I'm like, what?
I got my answer today.
I find it weird that why would you call Christy your mom? You said you didn't have a relationship with her growing up, which I also think to be bullshit. Mia's eyes and nose are similar. I know. I agree. Hey, wild one. Her poor mother isn't here to tell her side. No, and I would love to hear her side.
It's really good news.
It's really good news.
I am leaving prison and going home on my earliest out date of December 28th, 2023.
I was jumping up and down and all excited.
We just kept our fingers crossed. We were confident, but still nervous. We were really happy.
I'm just like so overwhelmed. I'm emotional. It just doesn't seem real.
She was imprisoned for so long by her mom. And now that devil's not standing above her, watching every move that she made.
Oh, God. Now, her mother was definitely a controlling person. Don't get me wrong here. I don't believe, like, what's up with the whole cow tongue? Remember how her mom did a voodoo hex on her, according to Gypsy, and took a cow tongue and Gypsy's menstrual blood and a picture of her and Dan and buried it in the yard. What? Somebody dig it up. I don't believe it. I think they're all liars. Yeah, I think they're all liars. Hanging out in Mia's bedroom.
She's completely free.
I'm happy for her. I wish I could have done something for her so that she wouldn't have spent all this time in prison, but she can certainly go forward. And she will
Who's that? Who's this guy in the back? Who the fuck is that? Okay.
But
oh, I bet that's the brother. There's a brother.
She can certainly go forward.
But there is another boyfriend.
She will be a better person.
No, that turned out to not be true. They all lying. I agree.
Having the people that I love support me all these years, it means a lot to me.
Gypsy is not biologically my daughter, but she's mine, you know, in every sense.
Oh, that's a little creepy, but she's mine. She's mine. Ugh. The relationship between Gypsy and Christy it's kind of like it's dark, in my opinion. Yeah, she has been wicked. And those text messages where she's like, what was she? I can't remember whose side of the messages they were on, but it was Christy like, yeah, fuck her. Like, I can't remember. She has a potty mouth. She's very different than she likes to portray onto the public. Thought they were out of her life. Oh. Exactly. I think Chrissy is mad that Rod had a baby with Dee Dee first. Well, he actually had 2 babies before Christy.
The way I treat her the same way I treat Dylan and Mia.
Who is Christy?
Her something.
Hold on.
Wrong or whatever.
That's her stepmother. Christy is the stepmom. And her and Rod, Gypsy's dad, had been married for years. I can't remember how old Dylan and Mia are, but basically right after the stuff with Dee Dee, he was getting with Christy.
I call her out on it too, you know, because I don't want to treat her fragile or any different. I want to treat her just like I treat them.
Bullshit.
Which is the fair thing to do.
That's bullshit.
I mean, I'm very blunt with her. Before having a discussion or something, I'll tell her, look, what I'm about to say might hurt your feelings, but, and you know, and then I'll say what I have to say. And you know, she understands, she gets it. You know, she started calling me mom. I want to say it was about 6 months in. I took baby steps.
I thought so too, Cassandra.
I never pressured her and asked her, you know, what happened? Tell me this. Tell me this.
Well, that's the problem, ma'am.
Figured when she's ready to tell me things, you know, she'll tell me. And there's things that still we don't know. That's
a problem to me. I think that's a huge problem. You don't know certain things that you should know. What? And you're okay with that. That doesn't add up. Like, what the fuck kind of statement is that? There are still things that you don't know. And you're letting her live in your house? What the fuck? We're buddies and coworkers. Yep. I think they were. I don't even know how. There are text messages out there between Christy and Dee Dee. Like really close leading up to the murder. They communicated. They said they were family and they would always be there for each other. So why Christy acts like she don't know shit? You're full of shit. You knew a lot. That's my personal opinion. No, not a murderer. Like, come move in my house, but you don't have to tell me everything. So they can swoop in like Britney Spears. Yeah, I heard someone else say that. Get a conservatorship. I don't know. That would be interesting.
He wants to wait to tell us when, she gets home. And I can understand that. I respect that.
Christy just looks scary to me. She looks scary.
We have a strong bond now.
I bet.
I will never forget our
Dee
first
Dee
conversation.
2.0.
She was very fragile and not wanting to, share too much. And of course, all her life, she grew up, lying's okay. Lying's okay. So we broke her, slowly broke her out of that.
No, I don't believe that. Gypsy's still a liar. She's a big old fucking liar, con artist. She's a liar. You didn't break her out of that. Like, how would you even do that from prison? How would you make her stop lying over the telephone? How? How's that possible? What? They're all related. I haven't looked at that. I've only heard the rumors about the family tree. Is it true that Christy and Rod are cousins? Because I heard that. Don't know if it's true.
I mean, she's still, just like every other child in this world, you have to be responsible. You have to be, honest. Because Dylan and Mia tell me everything. Sometimes they give me too much information, but they tell me everything. And that's the kind of relationship.
So if that's true and you have these children that you raised as your own, and from what I can tell, Dylan and Mia are normal kids, young adults, and they tell you everything, which is great, by the way, if that's true. But Gypsy's not like that. She's not going to tell you everything, obviously. Christy Blanchard did not even know Gypsy and Ken were on Natasha's live stream. She was busy vacuuming the lawn. The clip most likely, but let's blame Christy anyways. The clip most likely, but what do you mean? It's Christy and they do this to Fancy every time too. Mm-hmm. Oh, the stream went off. My bad. That's my fault. Okay, I'm pretty much done with them anyways. I kind of, before we end, just so I can get it off my chest, and if after this stream, if it goes down where it won't let it post publicly, I will edit the stream and put it back up. If it's up, then it's up. So we'll see. Sorry, I was vaping, yes. So, okay, I want to talk about Paul Ferguson for just a minute, if that's okay. I'm kind of done talking about Gypsy anyways. Am I back? Is everybody here? Can you hear me? Holla. Okay. We got to talk about Paul Ferguson. Okay, if you don't know who Paul Ferguson is, look up Shonda Vander Ark and her son, Paul Ferguson. They were convicted of, what were they? Were they convicted of murder? Because it was child neglect or child abuse. Sorry, child abuse. Felony child abuse first. Because Shonda had a son. He was 15 years old. He was very autistic. They basically, in trigger warning to whoever needs one, tortured this child literally to death, making him take ice baths, only starving him. And when he was able to eat, they would give him a piece of bread soaked in like that hot sauce that you have to buy off Amazon, that like really, really hot sauce. It was awful what they did to this poor boy, and his name was Timothy. And what happened to him, I just can't even explain what these people did to him. And I don't understand why. I get it with Paul Ferguson because he is, I don't know. Shonda's crazy too. They are monsters. And Paul is awful. He's an awful person. But there is something off with this kid. I think he's a little short of being a psychopath. I don't know if he's on the spectrum, but he's a weirdo, and he is a fucking weirdo. And this woman who I'm convinced is like either trolling him, like she's got an ulterior motive, this baby girl, okay, his fiance. This guy's never had a relationship with a woman, murders his little brother, goes to well, this is right before he goes to prison. He's still in jail and gets a fiance, a whole ass fiance. And now he's like cut off his other communication. This woman is like telling him she's so jealous. It's weird. And she's twice his age. I don't even know where to begin. We may have to do a whole thing about it. But until then, I'm just going to play some of these clips. And for transparency purposes, they are off of Zav Girls. Zav Girls channel. And people are allowed to have their opinion about Zav Girl. I think she's doing good content. I hope she keeps up doing true crime and show people that the mistakes that she has made in the past, she has learned from them and is going to do better. All right, let's see where to start here. Baby girl. Baby girl. We got to do the singing. Oh, where's baby girl?
Hey guys, just wanted to let you know that I do have a members video up, pre-record. It's, if you have been following the Paul Ferguson and Shonda Vander Ark case, you probably want to see it. It's for members only. Thought I'd do this short because a lot of times my members don't know where to find stuff. I figured, hey, if I put it out in a short, you know to go look for it. It's Paul talking to his fiance. So yes, his fiance does exist, and there's some of the calls with them too. So yeah, I'll link to join if you want to be a member is in the description. It only costs, the lowest tier is only $1.99. And right now the way I have it set up is, or like that upset.
Okay, that's just like a members video, I guess.
Okay, part 2 jail calls with Paul Ferguson and his fiance is out for members. It's only available for members right now. I do apologize.
And what's crazy is this fiance is like going crazy on Zav Girl, wanting to take her to court. So she's going to call the cops on Zav Girl, all this crazy shit. It goes, Oh, hell no, I'm going to shut up about that. I know everyone is entitled to their opinion. I think what she did with the Gannon stuff was really shitty. I hope she learned from that really stupid mistake and can only do better. Now, when it comes to Natasha Cooper has remained a piece of shit and will always be a piece of shit because she is daily being a disgusting pig. And I will say at least Zav Girl is going down her own path. That seems to be better, but
it's just how it has to be for the moment. I'm working on getting the okay to actually go check up like a regular. Here, the link is in the just very interesting cause. He sings a couple.
Okay, you keep tricking me. I want to hear. Where I don't need protecting. Give me a second. Where is it? I thought it was clipped. Am I wrong? All right, let's go to videos here. Okay, give me a second. Okay, these are, I know that it has to be clipped.
But of course, they said, "Oh, you can't." Everything to be known, and and especially because you were so young, it's like people say, "Oh, well, if you're 19, you're an adult. If you're 18, you're an adult." But you know what? Having, like I said, I had dysfunction in my family growing up. Sometimes like if that doesn't. I don't know. I don't feel like the law just because they say you're a certain age. Because you know what? No matter what, even when you're older, because I'm a little bit older than you, your family and your parents.
Things my entire life. One of my reasons for preferring. You probably heard me say this at some point, but it's one of my reasons for preferring science fiction and fantasy over any other genre because, science fiction and fantasy is far more crazy than the world we live in. And I already feel at times that, my life's crazy enough. I just need to get away from it and do something more.
Whether it's any kind of escape talk, I hope that you can talk when you're in prison. When I tell you my stories, you're going to be like, oh my God,
This is just kind of weird listening back because now, the fiance stuff is ramped up a lot. So this is the beginning of when they started.
Actually, took your arm and wrapped it. I was trying to figure out, how did you do that? And then I'm like, well, is it that maybe his arms are just really long? Or
no, I have a double joint in my right elbow.
That is so wild. So is it only that one side?
Yeah, just in one elbow. Not elbow, shoulder. Jesus Christ.
Well, I know what you meant.
But it's actually a double joint that only 20% of the world has, believe it or not.
Really? Well, it's kind of like my green eyes. They say only 4% of the world has green eyes. So.
As for the putting my leg behind my head, I just saw it on TV one day when I was a kid, and he just said, I wonder if, hey, I can do that.
I can do that too.
Yeah, I can still.
And this woman is constantly comparing herself to him. I swear, I don't understand. I'd like to get in her brain because It is so odd. I feel like she's pressing him for like information. She's love bombing the absolute shit out of this idiot. This guy is really, really thick. He's really dense.
Still do it today. Yeah. Mainly it's because I don't have a lot of meat on my bones.
Let me ask you this. If, like, when you go to prison, are they going to keep you separate from people?
I'm likely going to ask for protective custody just in case.
I'm worried. I'm really, really worried.
Yeah, because he's going to get his ass kicked.
Yep.
You know, like, can I ask you like a straight up question? Like, do you hate your mom? Or do you, I call her Shonda. Are you like,
she's not my
even
mom,
if
no, she's Shonda. I only have one mom, and she's not in Michigan.
Okay. And the only other question too is how is this even possible that your father didn't get involved in this whole legal mess? That's been the biggest question I think on everybody's mind. Is like, why isn't the father involved?
How did he not get any sort of charges or anything?
Yeah.
I'm still wondering that myself. I don't know if they're going to. They probably, if they haven't by this point, they're probably not going to.
So you're even wondering why?
Yeah.
It's weird.
I mean, I don't know for certain, but I'm pretty sure.
She just wants info because she's nosy. It's so odd. And now to hear them talk, because this is really in the beginning when they're just trying to get to know each other.
Sure, he knew her rights
I hadn't heard him call her baby girl yet.
terminated, whereas I had no
He
idea.
definitely did. Yeah.
I mean, even my grandfather claims that he knew so. His father.
But you didn't know.
No, of course not.
See, and these are all the things. That's what I'm saying. Like, these are all the things, like, they don't seem like things, but, like, things like this that might not seem like big deals, they are big deals. You know what I mean? Because things...
Okay. Let's find the juicy stuff. Okay.
No, and I don't ever want you to be insecure around me because I think you're the most gorgeous guy on this planet.
Like I said, it's not that I'm insecure. It's just, I get that weird thing about being naked in mirrors.
Well, so do I. I hate looking at myself in the mirror and I feel disgusting.
I don't have any, scars and stuff like that, but it's just, I don't know how to explain it.
I know what you mean because I'm the same way. I hate seeing myself naked. I hate it. The only thing that I'm proud of are my boobies. That's it. Everything else, I'm like,
You'd be very proud of those, baby girl, but you should know that they're mine now.
They're yours. Of course. My whole body's yours. That's why I was saying that John Legend song. I was listening to it. And you have to know that song. It was super popular.
Of course I know it, baby girl.
Baby, do you hear him? Of course I know it, baby girl. She's talking about that John Legend song. Let's rewind it. Hold on.
Do it. And you have to know that song. It was super popular.
Of course I know it, baby girl.
And
all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections.
Oh. Yeah, that's a beautiful.
That's not the only time he sings. Just say it. Oh, baby girl.
Beautiful song.
It
It's
is.
a beautiful
and it
song.
does describe us, doesn't it, baby girl?
Every part of it talks about risking it all and all this different stuff. All for love. It's all about all for love. That's it. It's about sacrificing and just so many things. And I've always loved that song, but when I listened to it, I was like, oh my God, like I never, because obviously I didn't know you when that came out. But when I heard it, I'm like, oh my God, because it talks about, just like you said, when you just.
Someone said Dylan in the chat, and he does kind of look like Dylan Klebold, doesn't he? It kind of gives me a little Dylan Klebold vibe over there.
So beautifully sang those lyrics to me. It's about 100% acceptance of one another and love at its purest form, you know?
I guess that's one thing that makes some, if not most, marriages break up so easily. It's because the husband and wife don't accept 100% of each other, big girl. But I do accept 100% of you, just as you accept 100% of me.
Absolutely. And you know what's funny?
You to accept anything less.
And you know, I mean, we've been so honest and open with each other. I mean, you know, even when it came to your brother, you know, I told you how I felt about that. Like if and I think something that would be really good is when it comes to talking, me and you even, about Timothy. I want to hear the good things, your good memories. And I think that
Okay, and one thing I need to bring up is so apparently all these people caught, especially this woman in particular, his baby girl fiance, caught wind that Zav girl was putting out all the court documents, you know, everything that she could FOIA, you know, is pretty much up. She did edit a lot of it to leave names out, but baby girl knows she's being recorded. She even like sent emails to Zav girl, you know, tell you know, trying to tell her to take down this video where Paul is he grunts all the time, or he is a nerd. He loves anime a lot, and he's 23, I think. But she knows she's being recorded, so she's in the past, in these phone calls, when Timothy, the brother that he helped kill, is brought up, like he says some fucked up shit. Like he doesn't get it. I don't think he feels anything for Timothy. I don't think his death has affected him whatsoever. Like he's void of emotion when it comes to that. But man, he loves his baby girl.
That would be really good for your mind. I was thinking about that because I know that you're going to be haunted.
I remember. Do you know the game Break the Ice?
Break the Ice. I don't know if I know that one.
It's that one where you've got like these plastic sort of ice cube looking things, and you set them in this tray, and your main goal is to like hammer out as many as you can with this like plastic mallet without having this like polar bear figurine in the middle fall.
Okay.
And I remember when we were little, Timothy didn't understand the game. He smacked it a couple times with the hammer, and then he suddenly just dropped the hammer and just smash all the ice cubes out of the freaking frame. Like, what the?
With his hands?
We had videos, yes. We had videos of him doing it over and over again, and we'd all be laughing our asses off.
So how, like, I mean, I know that he, you know, had his issues, but like when he would talk to you, like, were you able to understand, or was it hard to understand?
Sometimes.
Like, how was his speech? Like,
I was
it
able to understand?
Smelly? He probably is.
Not always.
Probably stank.
So, like, was it more like
if he was like excited or scared, he'd start running his words together really fast, and it's like, slow down, and I don't speak Chinese, buddy.
Yeah, like how would you do that? Would you just like tell him just to, you know, talk slower and things like that? Like, you know, like, because I don't know what he sounded like, or if, you know, that's why I didn't know, because it was mentioned, you know, about the verbal part. But I didn't know, like, if you could actually sit and have a conversation with him, basically.
You could if he was speaking, you know, slow enough, but I never really had too many conversations with him. Not even back in Oklahoma. Most of my time was spent working, and what wasn't spent working was spent sleeping, catching up on the sleep I'd lost.
Yeah. No, but I think that would be a really good thing. I think that would be a beautiful thing for us to focus when it comes to your brother on the happy times, the happy memories.
Yeah. See, she's trying to like make him talk about the brother, but in a good way. It's weird. It's almost like she's acting like she's his manager. What did she do the other day? She made him cut off contact with basically his entire support group that he had outside of prison Because before she came into the picture, he was having phone calls with his dad and his stepmom. And the stepmom was like really holding him accountable for what he did. And then he was talking to his older brother, Nolan. And he cut all of them off for this baby girl who I don't know what her intentions are. It's so weird. How old is this woman again? She is, oh my God, somebody tell me, is she in her 40s or 50s? She's twice his age. She has a 30-year-old child or adult child. I almost want to go play some of Zav Girl did a Rumble, and there's a lot of good clips. She had to play it over there on Rumble because baby girl won't stop, like, trying to come for her throat. Baby girl's not happy. Me too, Cassandra. Like, what would make a 50-year-old woman with an adult child and a job, like, seek out, like, you see Paul Ferguson, this guy, you see this guy, he's not getting out of, he's going to prison for what he did. He's not coming out. Like, what is the goal here? Like, she wants to marry him. There are clips of her and she's all giddy talking about, just tell me when to come there. I can't wait to get, like, she says some dirty shit to him too. She's kind of freaky. Like, they have intimate conversations. I'm 49. I could have a 30-year-old. Yeah. I can't remember how old she is though. I just know she's like twice his age. That's what I heard. I haven't seen her. I have no clue what she looks like. But like, what would make you want to be in a relationship with Paul Ferguson? And I mean, to the point of you are his fiance. It's weird. We welcome all ages here, okay? All right, let's see what else is on this one. I kind of
that would be good for your soul, who loves you. That, yeah, whatever. I know I don't want to say so much on the phone the parts of you involved, but you are not a parent, and when you're a parent, you have a completely different mindset. And so, like I did not, like I said before, I didn't agree with the judge at all with you, thinking that you could be worse than your mother. That's disgusting.
See, like, how could you not? That judge opened my eyes, because at first I was like, this poor, stupid looking kid got, manipulated by his psychopathic mother. And then when the judge put down that sentence and gave that speech on why and how awful he is, I was like, he's right. He's a fucking crazy person. And then I looked more into it. I think leading up to the death and how they handled everything, like, is very telling. Paul Ferguson is a psychopath. He's like one of those people. He doesn't have emotions, but he sure does love baby girl. Screw her age. What make her want to be with him exactly? I don't know. Maybe she'll tell us one day.
And I was so angry.
The fact that they wouldn't even give me a chance to prove that I'm different from her is pathetic.
Well, that's why I want to speak on your behalf if it comes down to it, because I will. And not for nothing, but I'm like if they were to talk about my history and about me, because they obviously would do that, they would see that I'm a businesswoman. I have multiple college degrees. I'm not like some stupid young kid who has a crush on you. You know what I mean? I'm an actual...
Yeah.
She has multiple college degrees. How does a woman with multiple college degrees end up being the fiance of Paul Ferguson? Excuse me. She has a savior complex, maybe. Yeah, I could see that. But in the end, how would she save him? She can't get him out. He's not coming out of that prison.
You know. And I
know it'll still be a while until we're not able to.
He's like
call,
23.
Once that does happen, you'll send me a video of you blowing me kisses, baby girl, I hope.
Yeah,
Baby girl.
Get some stamps. I get paid on Friday. When is that? That's
You hear that? You're going to be blowing me kisses, baby girl?
Baby girl, I hope. But once that does happen, you'll send me a video of you blowing me kisses, baby girl, I hope.
He's just worried about getting those videos of her blowing kisses. He doesn't care about anything else she just said. He just wants that video. Baby girl. Shonda is a lawyer. Yes, she was. Degrees don't keep the crazy out. That is so true. I'm glad you said that. Thank you. You ground me. Bring me down. Because that does make a lot of sense. But still, Paul Ferguson? Paul Ferguson. That's who you choose. You choose Paul Ferguson. I mean, I could get it if he was charming in the least. It's not. Why? Why, baby girl? Why?
Yeah, I have to get some stamps. I get paid on Friday. When is that? That's 3 days, right? I'm going to try to do it quicker then, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, when I get paid. Yeah, I get paid every other week. I hate that. I don't like getting paid every other week, by the way.
Just get me, Nicole.
Yeah, I get that.
Just get me. I love you.
Excuse me. I was paid every
baby,
other
you
week,
want to slow it
too.
down together? Why don't we take a nap together?
I wish I was there with you.
I know.
I'd cuddle you right now.
I would just rub your face until you fell asleep, and I would hold you. And then you'd wake up in my...
I wouldn't be cuddling you, though. I'd be nibbling you next to you, baby girl.
Did you hear that? I'll be nibbling your neck, baby girl. I just want to cuddle you. I have to hear it again.
Right now. I was there with you.
I know.
I'd cuddle you right now.
I would just rub your face until you fell asleep, and I would hold you. And then you'd wake up in my...
I wouldn't be cuddling you, though. I'd be nibbling you next to you, baby girl.
Well, we could do that, too, and then we can relax and sleep. We do both. Always. Like I said, we have the rule in our house. Our rule in our house is that bedtime is always 9 o'clock, and not to go to bed. It's to just always be able to focus on each other for whatever late we're up. So I think that was just such a beautiful, like, cool little thing for us to do. I've never done that with anyone. You know, but just to always take the time, no matter how much work we're doing or whatever, just to always say, okay, 9 o'clock, that's our time. Always.
Love without passion has no warmth. And passion without love burns out too quick.
Oh, so poetic.
Yes. That is true. But I have a feeling that it's never going to fade. And I love you. I don't think it's going to fade. I don't either. I couldn't imagine it fading. And I hope that it's not one day. You're going to have to come back.
There's the demon.
But I will say that I want to say this one thing, and I know it's a very depressing thing, but I need to say it.
I'd cuddle you so hard. I just completely booted myself. Oops. Okay. I'm about to wrap it up, but we're going to play one more. I got some time to kill today. So, how long have I been live? Too long, I know that. 2 hours and 39 minutes. He really hasn't. He's a virgin. He's a virgin. He's so in love with baby girl. Baby girl. All right, let's see.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from... This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number.
That thing that you said today, I'm not going to repeat it because I know exactly why you changed your response after a while. Like, I can follow you, like without you even telling me, like, if we're talking about something, right?
Can you make the
and then, like, you know, I think what happened.
Can you make the closed captions bigger? So small.
Sometimes I think both of us sometimes forget, like, that we're being recorded.
Yeah.
Like, we both said your brother's name tonight at different times. But, like, oh yeah, so finish telling me about your shit story where you fell asleep.
So anyway, I was already late, so of course I didn't really care about the numb, practically dead feeling leg. I dragged myself out of the bathroom, and manager looks at me as if like the video again myself to lighting a cigarette because that's what one of their. I did apologize to my stepmother for basically throwing a tantrum because I was sleepy.
Yeah.
Of course, that entire day I could hardly get off from the couch. I guess I had so much fatigue that I hadn't realized, and it felt like my entire body, like someone had sewn lead into every cell of my body. It was just, oh my God. I'd say that's one of the worst. I've never had anything like really bad happen on my bike. And so I made it to the first and basically only intersection I ever. Another thing, as far as sleepwalking goes, I don't think I do.
Oh my
So,
God.
like, you just have to wait.
There's just an hour of this. I wish I could find the good parts.
Every time I have to admit, I'm not going to lie, when I see something new, I don't want to listen to it because I know it's lies. So I just want to like see your body and stuff. And so like I'll literally like turn the volume off and just like look at you, or
you hear that?
Too, but it's like
physiologically be innocent, but that doesn't mean that you aren't still emotionally and mentally innocent.
Yeah.
And I'll be sure that you enjoy every second of it when we take that from each other.
Oh, and you're the guy in my dreams. And I unfortunately have to see you on TV for weird reasons, but and on YouTube. But it's like every time I have to admit, I'm not gonna lie. When I see something new, I don't want to listen to it because I know it's lies. So I just want to like see your body and stuff. And so like I'll literally like turn the volume off and just like look at you, or I'll snapshot like something sexy. Like, I have pictures of you on my phone right now. I do. I have pictures of you.
I bet you got quite a bit from my TikTok. I have no shirt on, huh?
Ew.
I love when no shirt on. I do. I want to lay on your chest. I just want to fall asleep there. I noticed that there was some kind of a double jointed thing before I knew. Like, I could tell. Like, I was like, his arm is able to move in certain ways, but I know mine can't. Like, what's up with that? And then, like, you told me about it.
Yep. You can actually physically feel it on.
And I saw that one video.
She was, like, studying his videos. Ugh, so creepy. Who is this woman? Yes, it's for real.
That you made, like, where you were able to take your arm and, like, wrap it, like, around your head or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have nice long arms and like your hands. Your hands are so big.
They're not big. It's just that they're long. I think while my dad may have bigger fingers than I, if you lined us up from the base of our palms, my fingers would out-lengthen his.
Yeah, you have long fingers. Absolutely. Like even holding your hands. I want to hold your hands. That's like a dream for me. Think about that. Like, that sounds so simple, right?
Yes.
But
it's like a dream for her. She wants to hold his hand. And she always talks about how little she is. She's like 4 foot. I mean, sorry, not 4 foot. She's like 5 foot. Like, she's super small. And this guy is like a tall, lanky motherfucker. Ugh.
But that's how I am with love. that's how I am with love. Like, to me, like, that's like, just being able to hold your hand, like, would mean the world to me. Like, and people don't even think about those things. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Like, the world isn't really kind of, I guess, how my mind has always been, and I think that's what it's always been. There's that.
There's that sexy sigh of mine, eh?
Oh, I love it. I think it's sexy. At first, when I saw the video, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm not gonna lie. It said videos of Paul moaning, and I'm like, okay, well, I want to hear it. I have to hear it.
Moaning? Is that what they?
Yeah, someone, I think Sav Girl, I'm not sure. Someone put a video up because he makes these moaning sounds. Like if you go back to the phone calls where he's just talking to his dad or someone from his family, like there's these awkward pauses and just he just makes this noise like ugh, ugh. So that this woman is actively watching like everything that pretty much Zav Girl does.
Fucking think that shit is?
It's on Zav Girl, yeah. It's just that you're moaning.
They're dumber than a box of rocks.
And when I heard it, like, you know, like she was playing them over and over, like back to back. But then, like, I was listening to the conversation, and it just kind of sounded like, dude, if I was in jail, I'd be like sighing all the fucking time. It's just like, oh, you know, like all the time.
One thing I do want to be honest with you about, once all this is over and I do get a job, if I'm working, you know, a late night shift, there may be times where I'll probably sleep in a bit in the morning because back when I was living with my stepmother and father, after I graduated early from high school due to the alternate school, my dad had me get a second job.
Yeah,
4 hours of sleep was my actually like. My
You have 1 minute left.
God damn it.
You're so funny.
The story's not yet over, but we can continue it once this.
Yes, you gotta finish telling me this story.
Yeah.
It's gonna disconnect us like in a second, so call me right back.
I will,
love
baby
you.
girl. You know I will. I love you too.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Okay, call me back.
I will, baby girl. You know I will.
I'm waiting for her to say we can't talk anymore.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Paul Ferguson. Hey, sexy butt.
Hi. But hey, sexy butt. It's so cheesy. Twisted. Isn't it a little twisted? It's so odd. I guarantee you he wakes up thinking about baby girl and he goes to sleep dreaming about baby girl.
Where were we?
You were saying something about the not buying stamps to send me pictures of the rings. And then cut us off.
Are people like wondering why you're on the phone all the time now?
No, not that I see of. Not getting any weird looks or anything. Like I said, I've already made a few guys in here jelly of me.
That's so cute. That's so cute, baby. I'm so glad. That means that you think that I'm pretty.
Very. Inside and out.
I don't look at myself as being really pretty. I see my flaws more. You know.
Or
I hated it all. No, I was just gonna say, like, I don't have an ego at all. I don't ever like think that because I don't.
Well,
like I get. You know how I fell on my face? That feeling right now. I was looking at it. And I'm looking at. I'll look at it right now, actually, too. It's healing, but my skin scars like really easily.
Yeah.
And I'm so afraid that I'm gonna have a scar on my forehead after this thing heals. I mean, I took a really bad fall. It wasn't just like I
have scars on my forehead as well. I have this sort of like the circle, all right, almost like in the middle of my forehead, right between my eyebrows. All it was was a zit. But the thing is, I had a problem with picking at scabs, and I couldn't stop picking.
Ew.
Oh,
and so scar.
Ew.
Yeah, that's literally how I got it. So. I'd say the only tendency I have in the shower is I never wash from bottom to top.
What the?
I wash private area first, and then I'll wash my upper body. And then I wash down below, because I've heard that foot fungus is not pleasant, can actually spread to other parts of your body. So,
yeah, and I wash myself the same way, by the way. I wash my upper body first.
Of course you do.
Yep, hair first, though. Hair first always. And
yes, my hair
even after the water is off or all the soap is off, I still make sure to splash water on my face to keep any soap that might be still residing from getting in my eyes.
Why are they talking about their shower routine?
I'm telling you, expect when I see you, I am definitely going to cry.
And I promise I'll be there to brush those tears away. All right, baby.
Oh my God, just to see you in real life, like, oh my God. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be emotional, especially when I have to leave.
Oh my God.
That's going to be hard. So, but just ignore that. It's emotional. It's just because I love you. And
another thing I do have a minor problem with, I don't know what it is. It's weird, but I don't like seeing myself naked in the mirror.
Oh, me neither. I hate looking at myself naked.
It's just one of those weird, quirky things. It's just like, I don't understand it, but...
I'm the same way. I do not look at myself naked in the mirrr.
When I eat cereal, once I get down to the last bits, like Fruit Loops or Cheerios, something that's...
How did we go from naked in the mirror, looking at each other naked in the mirror, to Fruit Loops and Cheerios? What the fuck just happened? He has to make sure he doesn't get foot fungus on his junk. Hey, do y'all talk about your shower routines with your significant other? Like, is that a conversation? Like, yeah, I took a shower and I washed my middle section first, back to front, or no, front to back. And then I scrub my armpits. I don't think I've ever had a conversation with someone about my shower routine.
Easily separatable in the numbers. I can't do anything that's an uneven number.
Nicole.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, mainly it's 4.
That's
so
true,
wild.
Maddie.
We are so much alike. It's creepy. It's so fucking creepy.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. We're so weird in the same ways. Yeah. So tell me more quirks about you. So you told me today that you drool.
You drool?
Yeah,
okay.
Unfortunately. Like I said, I don't understand how it happens. I fall asleep breathing through my nose with my mouth closed. I'll wake up with this puddle beside my head, and it's like, oh, God damn it. Other quirks. Let me.
Yeah, I want to know everything about you. Everything. Oh, I'm sure.
I think the only time we've ever had weird problems with stuff like that was they were doing lice treatment at one point.
Okay.
And they took all of our personal clothes, our socks, our long johns, our underwear. And unlike everybody else, I was not comfortable freeballing, so I wrapped my towel around my waist, and I can't sleep with my blues on. I can't sleep with socks or a shirt on the house.
Yeah.
So I was my bunkie at the time, before he swapped rooms with my current bunkie, said that apparently in my sleep I flashed him several times.
You did what?
Flashed him. Showed him my dick.
What?
In my sleep. Flashed him. Showed him my dick. In my sleep. I wasn't even trying. It just happened. Roll over and it's like, hello.
It's like, hey, what's up?
I don't choose to have my chest as hairless as it is. It's
right, Batty?
How it is. I've been told my belly button is half inny, half outy.
What?
Darling.
Ooh.
What is a half inny, half outy? What? Like a... Yeah, he flashed his bunkie. His bunkie punched him or slapped the shit out of him one night too.
Yes, baby.
I love you.
Ew.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I do. I love you so much. And I wasn't mad at you, by the way. We're gonna get cut off again in about 30 seconds before our next phone call. But you asked if I was mad at you last night or something because you were watching a movie or something.
Yeah.
And I was not mad at you. You don't have to worry about that. Like just
You have 1 minute left.
Oh no.
There it is.
Just together doesn't mean that like you have to every waking moment be in touch with me. I understand that you have like you know.
But I like being in touch with you, and you know, I like even more hearing your voice over calls.
It's because it makes it more real and texting, like I said, because I know that I'm paying for every stupid text that goes out. It's like it makes it so much harder. There's so much more information that we can get into each other talking than you know,
texting, right?
That's why I'm always telling you I want to know everything about you.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get cut off any second.
Yep.
You're gonna call me back, right?
Of course, baby girl.
Baby
No, I
girl.
wasn't going to.
Yeah, no other dates tonight.
Nothing. Yeah, Nolan hasn't responded. He said
Thank you for using
later, but
Securus. Goodbye.
Hello. It says your name, like when you call, like do you have a No, not collective.
It's not like the money already on the phone transferred. I want you.
Just, I don't know. Like I said, when I realized today, when I looked back at our messages, I was just curious, and I was like, I wanted to know like exactly when I received your message, you know.
See, they're able to message each other off of tablets. It's so weird how it works in prison now. Like you have access to tablets.
And that's when I looked it up, and I was like, February 23rd, and like, that went fast. Like it was like almost 2 weeks ago. I'm like, how did that happen? So it's like, it still blows my mind though. Like, you know what I don't like though? The only thing I don't like is, like, this sounds so fucked up, but like, when you were in court, like, you still looked really sexy. And I'm like, how sick am I?
What? Did you hear that? She just said, when you were in court, you still looked really sexy. How sick am I? Oh, woman, you're sick. I gotta hear that again.
Like, you still looked really sexy. And I'm like, how sick am I to like be thinking about that? Like, that's just fucked up.
Yeah, why are you thinking about sexy this or sexy that in a child murder case? What the fuck is wrong with you? Something ain't right. Something isn't right. Ooh, baby girl. Oh my gosh. I think Zav Girl showed receipts and she's paid like $700 for all of these calls. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, wait. No, you mean who is paying? I don't know. That's a good question. Like inside the prison, like who's getting the bill? I thought you meant just to get the phone calls themselves, because I would like to know how they do that. They just FOIA them. But anyhow, I don't know. I guess baby girl's paying. He has another woman he talks to named JoJo, and she's kind of like a grandmother figure to him. And I heard he cut her off too, which is really sad because that woman was not related to him. She was basically just being his prison grandmother. But she wasn't in prison, like his phone call prison grandma. She was a really nice lady. And this baby girl just wasn't having it. No one's going to take her man.
I guess you're just head over heels like I am, baby girl. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you give me the butterflies. Like I'm like a teenager. I love it. I thought like that stuff was like done. You know what I mean? Like I figured, you know, that ship had sailed. And yeah. That's what I thought. I'm gonna take you outside because those people are partying out there. So if you hear any guys talking to me, like don't think like anything of me.
You know I won't. I'll be judging them for talking to my woman.
Oh no, the neighbors next door are male. Call the authorities.
Because I will.
You better not be talking to his woman.
I'm wearing a flannel too. I love wearing flannels. I didn't tell you that. I'm a flannel girl.
I'm a flannel girl.
Yeah, let's see. Hold on a second.
You know I'd like to slip every last bit of that off.
What do you say? Hold on.
Every last bit of that off.
You know I'd slip every last bit of that off of you. He's going to take that flannel. He's getting mental pictures in his head. He ain't got nothing but time on his hands, which scares me.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm going to take you to the desk real quick with me, okay? And then I only have a few people. I hate that I have to waste them. I'm just going to put you down.
Okay.
You're still with me now, okay?
All right.
Huh?
I wonder where he gets it.
Hi.
Sexy butt.
It's so even.
If it was lower to the point of time served, we could move back down there instantaneously. Once we find a house, of course.
Yeah. Well, I almost have enough
right,
to buy a house, but I just, what's the cost of living like out there? That's a really good question. Is it expensive?
I have no idea.
Well,
I don't know the exacts. I know that I usually gave Shonda $200 a month for rent.
Okay. All right. So I know your rent. Do you know, this is crazy. Do you know that I know what your rent was for that house?
Why do you know that?
We even put that on the news.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What's the rent for it? It's what?
$1,700. $1,700 a month. Yep.
I wasn't paying that much then. I thought I was actually paying a lot more to put into that house. But I know I've taken in groceries, payment for groceries. And
why does she care how much rent he was paying? That is so odd. Someone arrest this woman. Yes, she has to, because when he calls his dad, yeah.
No,
you broke up on me there.
A thing that I know that I paid. At one point or another, I took up the bill for groceries.
Well, you were saying too something about cooking, like you did the cooking and everything.
Yeah, we had an Instapot, and that was mainly what our meals consisted of. Was stuff we can make in the Instapot.
Like the crock pot?
Sort of. An Instapot is a pressure cooker.
Oh, I've never cooked with a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
What?
A slow cooker meal can be done in, nowhere near as long.
It makes me mad to listen to them talk about meals and making food when they were literally starving somebody else, and Timothy, in the most horrendous way possible.
Okay. What other kind of snacks do you like to eat? Like as far as if you're
we're maintaining ourselves.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
prepaid.
Hey, girl, there she is.
Hi, handsome. Do you miss the normalcy of just going to work? And I mean, I know working sucks, but
yeah, I do miss it though. Being out of the house mainly.
What did you want to be when you were little? When you grew up?
I wanted to be in 4th grade. I wanted to be a detective.
Ooh.
Kind of dramatic though, isn't it?
Huh?
Kind of dramatic though, isn't it?
Dramatic?
I mean, the irony of my situation and the fact that I once wanted to be a detective.
Oh my.
I know, baby. I'm sorry. I hate it. I hate it just as much as you do.
Yeah.
Why are you sorry for him? Why are you sorry? Why are you sorry? Why are you telling him you're sorry? He killed his little brother. Oh my God. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry that you murdered somebody and tortured them. Oh. For real, Nicole, I'm sorry that you have a point. Why are people starving their children? I cannot even imagine. I would never do that. Why would you take something that is a vital necessity to life away from your child? Middle-aged white women starving their kids. In 6th grade, I wanted to be a circus clown.
You know that, right? I hate it. What do you think I was like getting on your ass about when I found out I could see you? I was like, talk to somebody, talk to anyone. I will come see you if I can see you. I'm not lying. Like, I swear, like, I will show her. You're gonna.
Then go see
I think
him.
you're gonna be like thinking probably that I actually won't come, and then you're gonna be like, holy shit, she actually fucking flew here. Hey, babe.
Me too, Stella.
I'm here, baby girl.
Me too.
Cool. I was like, big girl, you can't go. My baby can't go.
Yeah, I was waiting. Don't worry.
So see, it's like you're at work with me. How cool is that?
Yeah. Was that you that was giggling a little bit?
Me? I'm just super nice. Yeah. A lot of people, you know what people tell me? People tell me that that I have this very like sweet personality, and that's probably why I get bothered so much.
Well, do you have some time, some free time?
You're welcome, sir.
Maybe like 4 minutes or so.
I was trying to debate if I should wait until after I get out of here to have you sing to me, because I will be so angry.
Oh, he's gonna
if somebody
sing.
comes in.
We're almost to the thing.
I want to know what it is, so I do. I want to know. I want to know what you're gonna sing to me. But no, actually.
Okay, so like she knew in advance that he was gonna sing a song to her. She's trying to leave work. And he's like, do you have 4 minutes so I can sing to you, baby? And she's like, hold on, I need to leave work first, because she knows it's going to be the most cringiest thing she's ever heard. And now you're paying for it. Life is so unfair. Right. It's gross.
Yeah, yeah, I can't wait. How come you wouldn't tell me? It has to be a surprise, of course.
And like I said, I wanted it to be a surprise, and it would be so much better that way.
It's a surprise
Do you have
song.
time now?
I'm alone right now, so yeah. But what if I have to interrupt you? That'll suck. What do you think? Should we wait until I'm out of work, or should we do it now?
Are y'all hearing this? Are you hearing this? He's like, he wants to give her this song right now. And she's like, I don't know if it's a good time right now, Paul. You know, what if I interrupt you in the middle of it? Because, you know, I have life going on around me. And he's just really focused. He wants to give baby girl her song.
I mean,
I want you to sing to me all
it's
day
not even
long.
a full 3.5 minutes for the song. If, you know.
We'll sing to me. I love when you sing to me, babe.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, she's ready.
I won't lie to you. I know he's just not right for you. And you can tell me if I'm off, but I see it on your face when you say that he's the one that you want. And you're spending all your time in this rough situation, and anytime you want it to stop, I know I can treat you better than he can. And any guy like you deserves a gentleman.
I'm sorry. I had to pause it. I have to pause it just to laugh. You're nailing it, Paul. Keep going. Voice like an angel. That's right.
Tell me, why are we wasting time on your wasting crime when you should be with me instead? I know I can treat you better than he can. I'll stop time for you. The moment you say you'd like me to. 'Cause I just wanna give you the loving that you're missing, baby, just to wake up with you. And it's everything I need, and this could be so different. Tell me what you want me to do, 'cause I know I can treat you better than he can. And any girl like you deserves a gentleman. Tell me, why are we wasting time on all your wasted crime when you should be with me instead? I know I can treat you better.
Better than he can. He's not done yet, baby girl.
Give me a sign, take my hand, we'll be fine. Promise I won't let you down. Just know that you don't have to do this alone. Promise I'll never let you down. 'Cause I know I can treat you better than he can. And any girl like you deserves a gentleman. Tell me why are we wasting time on all your wasted crime when you should be with me instead. I know I can treat you better. Better than he can. Better than he can. Better than he can.
He's not done.
Oh, I love you.
I love you too. Could you hear the music? I was playing it through my earbuds and putting one to the speaker. I wasn't sure if you could hear
Paul,
it.
we could not hear
No, I couldn't, but I was just listening. I love you so much.
I love you too, baby girl.
Oh.
That was Treat You Better by Shawn Mendes.
I gotta write that down. Hold on. Let me write it down.
That's right, Mona.
Hold on.
I've been
You make me so emotional.
Mona, have you heard these phone calls between him and baby girl? They're so bad, all of them. Like, this guy is such a piece of shit. He is exactly where he deserves to be. And I'm glad that the judge, fucking let him have it. Like, guys don't even know. They know their shower routines, okay? They're pretty close. It's very bizarre. What is wrong with this woman?
Well, you have no idea.
I was hoping that the whole earbud thing would have worked. Kind of
No,
I heard like
did
a little
not.
bit, but like it was like I couldn't like really hear it. But you want to know what? I like it better than that because it was like it's just for you to me because I never heard the song. You know what I mean?
Of course, you never heard the song.
I don't think so. Hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna get a piece of paper. Here we go. I got a piece of paper. Okay, I'm gonna write it down.
Take notice, of this video playing in the background. This is video of the interrogation of Paul Ferguson. And just look how weird and awkward he is. And like, she's already talking about how he put his arms behind his head, which he literally just did right here. See? So she already took notice of like everything about him. Even saying that he looked sexy in court. And that's all she could think about. And she would just mute the screen and watch him. That is so freaking weird. How many years did he get? People are saying life, but I thought he got 30 to life. I know he's trying to do an appeal. That'll go well. Not. I'm sure I'm older and know every word. Who was age shaming? I didn't age shame. Did I age shame? The book of his head is complete. The back of his head. He did. Yeah. Gotta rotate your baby. I know. I call my parents' dog baby girl. Baby girl. I have a boy. He's a baby girl. She is a baby girl. Okay, I didn't know. I don't know how many years though. Who's talking about old age? We're all gonna be old one day. It's inevitable. You're gonna get old. Accept it. I'm trying.
1 second. I'm just gonna get a piece of paper. Here we go. I got a piece of paper. Okay, I'm gonna write it down. It's you said Shawn Mendes?
Shawn Mendes, yes.
Right.
SHAWNME.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put you on speaker set. Okay, you there?
Yeah. So Shawn SHAWN.
Okay.
Mend, like mending something, and then yes after the mend. It's Mendes, one word. It's called Treat You Better.
Babe, how did I get so lucky?
That's what I ask myself every day, baby girl.
I love you.
I love you too.
Makes me feel sick.
He says in one of the calls that he feels like everything that happened that led up to this point Like it was everything that happened was supposed to happen to lead up to him meeting baby girl. What? Is he that dumb? Like, I just think he has no emotion when it comes to Timothy. Like, none. Only baby girl. Mona. Right. So his brother had to die so he could meet her. Right. Or to meet her. Stop it, Nicole. He shaved his head for court, and she said he looked sexy. What the fuck?
On the phone with me.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a shaved head. Don't get me wrong, and you can have a nice shaved head. Paul Ferguson did not have a very. He looks like Butthead from Beavis and Butthead. He looks like Butthead. He just needs the braces. He looks just like Butthead. Tell me he does not. Tell me he does not look like Butthead. We need a picture. Beavis. Beavis. Oh my God. But his mother, I despise. I found her to be so annoying. I just couldn't believe her cruelty. I saw him yesterday, but he was wearing a hoodie, so I didn't notice he was. Yeah, but Paul helped. Paul did a lot. If you read the entire text messages, not just the ones shown in court, it shows a pattern. And Paul Ferguson was just as bad, if not worse, than Shonda at times. I mean, he carried out these acts. She really wasn't home. Okay, bye, AK Homegrown Roots. Thank you for coming in. I'll wrap it up soon. I just had to laugh at this. I had to get it out of my system. She's so lucky.
Wow, I'm waiting for they're still taken back by that. I love you. You're so sweet. Oh my gosh. Nobody's ever sung to me or anything even close to what you do. It's amazing.
Well, no one's valued you the way I do. They've only seen a gorgeous body, something that, they want one night with, and that's it. I see someone I want forever with, baby girl.
He wants forever, baby girl.
I'll never change your mind, because I would my heart. Okay, hold on, I just with my door. Could be a ghost. Let me see. I'm wheeling on myself over. Okay, now.
Are you crying, baby girl?
I'm okay. No, I'm all right. I just get emotional. No, but
he said, "Are you crying, baby girl?" And she's like at work trying to like close herself off somewhere where she can get some privacy. He's got inmates yelling in the background, and he thinks that she was crying. She's like, "No, I'm okay." Oh.
I just I feel really bad because I know when we were texting earlier, right?
He thinks that this song was like it. Like he brought this song with a passion. He thought that this song was gonna like really make baby girl's heart flutter with love. And she's like busy at work. He brought that song with his whole soul to present to baby girl. And he thought it was so moving. It brought tears to her eyes. She was crying. It was so moving.
Like I felt bad because I was like, wait, hold on.
Okay, baby girl. Let me know as soon as I can. I love you too so much.
Hello. This is a prepaid collect call from...
Hey, there you are.
Hi.
I must have unintentionally dialed the wrong number the first time because I had to hang up and try again.
No, I think what happened was I hit the wrong button because I had the phone. Yeah. And I'm like, I hit accept. But then when I hit accept, I just disconnected it. I have to lift this really heavy thing right now. This sucks. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
Maybe soon, if you could find a pair that's,
Oh, I'm on mute. Was I on mute the whole time? I was talking to Ash. I get it. But I can't help it. I think that, and a lot of it, personal names were edited out. I don't even know baby girl's name. So they did try to edit out a lot of the names. And there was stuff, there is a little bit about Timothy, but not much. I don't know. The whole saga of how this all played out is interesting, in my opinion. And I think one of the reasons that Zav girl said she didn't want to follow it anymore was because of people were losing sight of Timothy because of baby girl. Someone is FOIA the calls from the jail. Kind of weird. Well, all the Letitia Stout calls are out there. They play those every day, and I enjoy listening to them. I'm not going to lie. I've heard all the Letitia Stout phone calls. Look, Ash, you like to watch car wrecks, okay? And I don't think that's right. How about that? Come up here. Take a link, Ash. We'll fight it out.
Not expensive, but not cheap and easily breakable. You could get like some Bluetooth earbuds or something.
I have to get them. Do you know I've never had earbuds? I don't even know how they work. Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God. You don't look cool.
Exactly.
I would never get that.
Yes.
Like people usually
Hold on. It says the call is being recorded. Absolutely, it does. Yes. And they don't do recordings in prison. These are all jail calls. So these are from the county jail that he's been in for I think 2 years. You're on the Peloton getting your workout. I want one of those. I want a Peloton. She doesn't know what an earbud.
I'm 30 or 35. I don't.
One of the guys in here guessed you were 26.
Huh?
One of the guys in here, when I had showed your photo around to get some jealous reactions, one of the guys said you looked like you were 26.
That's what a lot of people say. I don't know. I don't see it. I guess because I'm just jumping something. Because you know what it is I guess we all do this. Our imperfections stand out more to us than to anyone else. You know what I mean? And that,
drugs and stress and whatnot can have some very terrible effects. I've never had done drugs, but I'm sure you probably noticed the dark circles under my eyes in court.
I was on the Peloton. Stop it. Now I got you. I was like, what? Letitia? Now I know what you're talking about. I still want one of those Pelotons. She was lucky. That bitch is crazy. I've gone down the Letitia Stout rabbit hole I remember when Gannon went missing. The whole thing was, well, that got Zav girl in trouble too. Well, and Natasha Cooper. Natasha Cooper's still a piece of shit, though. I'm going to say it again. Natasha Cooper is still a piece of shit. She didn't do anything to better herself after that situation. Oh, you do? You are bougie. I want one. These things are expensive.
You look tired in court, baby. You just look tired. You're gorgeous. You just look tired. That's all I saw. When I watched the final thing, I was just like, oh my God, he was exhausted. I'm like, he probably hasn't slept.
Yeah, true, Matt.
No, I've slept. It's just, I don't even know. I've also heard that dark circles can be a sign that you're not getting all of the necessary nutrients.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, think of your brother. How did he look as he was starting,
See?
But I don't think it's that with you, though. I think granted, I'm sure it's kind of shitty, but I think that, you had to. I don't even know how you would have slept the night before. I would have been so freaked out,
See, she's baiting him with questions about his brother. She just said, I don't know how you would have slept the night before in the condition he was in. And Paul Ferguson's just like, a day.
And that was when I wasn't even taking the Benadryl to help me sleep, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm talking about the most recent time you were there, just recent.
Yeah.
Oh, really, Nicole?
The one when they said how you were snickering and laughing and blah, blah, blah. And I said to myself, I am going to find a way to get in touch with him. I have to. It was like a mission. Like, I'd probably still be on the mission even if I hadn't figured it out like as quickly as I did.
What?
But after that, that was it. That was the final thing for me. Like, for a while, I thought about it, and I'm like, I don't know. You know, he might think I'm a fucking lunatic. But then I was like, after I heard that part, the final time you were in court, whatchamacallit, I was just like, I gotta find him. He needs to know that, like, not everybody fucking hates him, and that, you know, I because like I said, the media and all that, I fucking was so angry because they made you out to be a monster, and my gut told me without even knowing you that that wasn't the case. And I don't know if it's just because maybe we have similar upbringing, same kind of parent, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, the female was worse for you, but, you know, just like, not normal sick, you know what I mean? It was always like weird, you know, or just something that's dysfunctional. And I mean, when you went, like, you know, I forgot to ask you, because they talk about all the time. Everybody makes assumptions over why you were with, I guess, like, what, like, I don't know if you were with foster family or who you were with, but, like, when you were younger, though, like you were talking to me earlier, like when you were younger and you got hurt, what was the reasoning back then that you couldn't be with your mother? Like, what was going on back then? Because that was years before, right?
Well, Shonda, technically, by the end of the court case of the DHS stuff, she had her parental rights terminated, which I didn't know about at the time. But,
no.
Hey, Mona, Natasha said that her weight loss surgery has been postponed because she has to deal with, I can't remember what it was, but you know, she has another health condition that is delaying her weight loss surgery. That's why she booted you. Sad. Yes, Natasha Cooper has been, YouTube fired her and told her ass that her and her IP address could never come back. She's IP banned from YouTube. She's not allowed to be here. And all the excuses she's telling people are bullshit. The reasons she was flagged down was from her own behavior. And she's a ban evader, yes. And she's not allowed to be here. And there's reasons why. And she can cry about it all day. And she has been. That's another live stream we could do. Because Natasha has been on Rumble with the tears. The tears. She's not making any money. She got a ban from TikTok for like 30 days. Again, wasn't the first time nor the last.
well, it's just that she wasn't meeting any of the criteria.
Okay.
You know, she was not going to any of the classes or any of that.
Where was your dad during that? Like, you know?
After he left the house, I remember he lived with his friend in an apartment, and when he
in foster care.
Specifically on day with Shonda.
I can't understand it. I don't understand how that even got passed the law because you weren't supposed to. Well, no, you were an adult, I guess, because you were what?
Mentally, I don't even know what age I was.
What?
I'm still working on it.
You know what? It's not about the number. It's just about who you are and what you're able to. I don't know. I hate big men. Like you can talk like that to me, to my guy, but nobody else. Like if anybody even looks at me weird, I'm the kind of person that'll be like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" Like, you know?
Yeah. Something you like?
Huh?
It's one of those see something you like type scenarios. I've had those before. That's the one thing that I have never liked. I don't like being stared at.
Oh, me neither. Me neither. Somebody's here to check in. Hold on, take me with you, baby. Okay.
Okay.
Stay with me. It's only if don't go.
You have 1 minute left.
Oh no.
Hello. This is a prepaid collect call from.
Hey baby.
I'm still in my office, but I was like, fuck it. Hey, hold on. But I wanted to get you on the phone with me before you couldn't talk to me anywhere. I was like, I'm not outside yet, but I want to be on the phone.
And anything they have showed, it's not like I haven't seen already. Well, 5
All right.
around.
I'm about to wind it up. We'll play some short videos. How about that? And we'll just end it there. What's this one?
Like, do they give you any therapy?
Some back in Oklahoma.
But no, I mean, because of what happened. I mean, this is serious.
Because of what happens? No, not really.
But you were a victim too. I'm sorry. But, like, you should. I want you to have.
Yeah,
like,
I get that. I've been told that by a lot of people, or some people at this point. Not a lot, but some.
Okay, that one sucks. Well, that's my cue to end it. I just booted myself for the second time. Anyhow, all right. I think I'm done. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening and all of that. I've been sitting back watching all this crazy shit. And it's nice to go live and purge it out to the world. Such fun. Any parting words? I keep waiting for him to say no. Beavis. Y'all should really check out those calls if you have not yet. I'm glad y'all were here. I had fun talking about it. And yeah, with that, I think I'm out of here. I think I've said it all for now. But again, I appreciate you guys being here. I love you so much. And I'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Until then, have a great rest of your week and weekend. And I will catch you next time. Bye. A disclaimer that I don't have all that much time today. I got a little bit of time today.
This beat is going to drop in 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's fair game, right? Bye.